missing out on.
Ball club. The entire field. Let's send it down to the button starter and alternator sideline reporter with David Polk and the coin toss.
We're getting into those usual got to shake hands, got to pat everybody on the back, got to do the things you got to do there so they can go out and hit each other in the mouth here just a little bit. But right now the white hat is giving them the instructions, and we'll see what he has to say.
We have a penalty on the field. Let me explain the penalty before you make a decision. We have a penalty right before the snap. It's going to be a dead ball foul. I'm just going to ask you if you want a penalty. Tell me yes or no, okay? If any problem, come on the field. I'm going to come to you captains. Y'all been elected to my captain game. You take care of it before we have to, okay? Simple as that. Hard football, playing between the whistles, all right? Okay, because you're visiting team, I'll let you go to school. Call in the air if I drop it.
Whoa.
Well, there you have it. It's the third week in a row that the Ardmore Tigers have won the toss. They've deferred to the second half as to what they're going to do, and we'll see what they have to say for who's going to kick and who's going to receive.
All right.
Ardmore will defend the south goal. It looks like, from what I see from Junior the White Hat, that Shawnee will receive from the north end of the field. Ardmore will defend the south end of the field or the scoreboard side, and they'll decide what they're going to do in the second half. So it's time for some football.
That it is. As the clock has expired, the spirit lines are formed. That's going to conclude the Chesapeake Energy pregame show. We'll be back with the opening kickoff after this on 95.7 KKAJ. As the Shawnee Wolves take the field. The Ardmore Tigers also out on the field. They both broke through the spirit lines. They've torn the banners, and everybody's headed back to the stands. As they get seated, we're getting ready to have a football game here, Billy.
Kind of a fashionably late arriving crowd for the Tigers. Still a few empty seats. People still making their way to the seats. But a great ball game and quality opponent on the other side of the field, and they've done a great job decorating over there. They even brought their big banner that they ran under, throwing that out on the field. Should be a great atmosphere for football, a great football game.
As the Shawnee Wolves already out on the field, ready to receive the kickoff. Back deep is going to be number 12. That's LaFlama Miles. And I hope I said that young man's name right. And
we'll just go with Miles the rest of the night.
Miles for the rest of the night. That'll work. Number 4, Bourbonnais, Jason Bourbonnais. He is 5'10", 170 pounds senior. As the Tigers get ready to come out. Tucker Brown, the quarterback for the Shawnee Wolves this evening. He's the coach's son. He's a sophomore, but from all reports, he's got a good arm, good head on his shoulders, and knows the game and can lead these Wolves. Ryan Keaton going to be doing the kicking for the Tigers, as always. Young man has done an exceptional job so far this season. And that's good for a coach to have in his bag.
Absolutely. Perfect last week. And what he really does, as much as anything that is overlooked a lot of times, he's able to kick the ball to the end zone and eliminate the return. He's got a win behind him tonight. He's kicked well all year. Expect him to do so again tonight.
As we get ready, Ryan Keaton is ready. The referees are getting in position, and we're waiting on the whistle. And now we are underway as it's a high end over end. It's going to be fielded by Bourbonnais at the 5. He'll go to the 10, 15, 20, and that's
Boom.
where he gets hit. And he gets spun around to the left with a huge hit. And I'm not sure who made it, but I want to say it was Maurice. It was number 59. That's not Maurice. That's Stephen Lee with a huge tackle. And that'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Shawnee Wolves from the 20-yard line.
Great coverage by the Tigers. A good kick for Keaton as he kicked it down to about the 5-yard line. And excellent coverage. Stephen Lee with the big hit, but a lot of Tigers around him too.
As Brown comes to the line of scrimmage for the Shawnee Wolves. Offset I, 2 receivers out, left and right, man in motion to the right. Long snap. And the ball's on the ground, and it looks like the Wolves recovered as the ball came out on the handoff, and it just went straight to the ground, Billy, and it's going to be a loss of a couple of yards. They'll mark it to the 18, still Shawnee ball.
Just a handoff coming right, and the running back just didn't get a good grip on the football.
As the Tigers, with a good defense, they hit the running back right at the point of handoff as they shot the gap. Brown will come under center. He's got 3 receivers, 2 out to the right, 1 to the left, and a lone back in the backfield. The lone back's number 20, Mark McLean. Handoff to McLean. He's going to get tackled in the backfield. It'll be a loss of about 4 yards. They'll mark it at the 13-yard line, and it'll make it 3rd down and a long 16 yards.
Brandon Davis, senior tailback for Shawnee, just nowhere to go with the football. Great penetration for the entire defensive front for the Tigers, and the first 2 plays have looked good.
Defensively, the Tigers have been in the right position at the right time on all 3 of the Shawnee plays so far in the ball game. Again, I'm Terry Long with Billy Wallace and David Polk. If you're just now joining us, we appreciate it. There's an I formation now for the Shawnee Wolves with 3 receivers, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. The snap, quick over the right side. It's going to be caught, and it gets down to the 33, maybe the 34-yard line. It'll be good for the first down. The receiver, Justin Clymer, a 6-foot, 175-pound junior, just a little over the middle pass.
Yeah, and it almost looked like a busted play as the quarterback went back. He looked like he was going to fake to somebody, nobody there. But, boy, he threw a laser out there to the wide receiver. Nice catch, Justin Clymer, and a big first down for Shawnee.
As that moves the chains, it'll be 1st and 10. Again, 2 receivers out, 1 to the left, 1 to the right, offset I. Brown, back to pass, 3 steps, launches it to the right side, hits the receiver out on the flat, and he's going to be wrapped up immediately. Eric Combs with the reception. And number 13 of the Ardmore Tigers, Justin Day, makes the tackle. It'll be a gain of 8, and it'll be 2nd down and 2.
Tigers in a zone. Combs just found a soft spot there. And, again, another nice throw for the quarterback as Shawnee's come out and moved it pretty sharply with the last couple of passing plays. The run defense has been good for the Tigers. I've had a couple of open receivers there in the passing game.
Brown under center still. 1 in the slot, 2 receivers out, left and right. Handoff to the fullback up the middle. It's going to be good for the first down as he'll move the chains. It'll be a gain of a couple of yards. They'll mark it at the 46-yard line in Shawnee territory still, but it will move the chains.
Just too much on first down there. You leave them with only a yard to pick up on 2nd down, and good teams will make you pay for that, and that's what happens there as Brown just turned around and handed the ball off and got enough push up front to pick up the first down.
9:27 in the first quarter is the no score. The Shawnee Wolves shut down and had a long 3rd and 16, able to convert for the first down. Now they've moved the chains twice. Brown under center. Handoff to number 25 up the left side. He breaks 2 tackles. He's at the 50, 45, and that's where he'll be brought down just on the other side of it. Mark it at the 43-yard line. It'll be good for the first down, and Brandon Davis, a good-looking fullback.
Well, just ran right through a tackle. Marquise Booker, the first Tiger to get there, and just didn't wrap him up as he put a shoulder down and bounced off of Booker, got back outside, and picks up another first down.
1st and 10 as the Wolves break the huddle. Tigers with 4-man defensive front. They put 9 in the box. Brown under center, back to pass. Looks to his right, throws it over into the flat. It's caught, and a broken tackle. He's 35-30, 25, and he's driven out of bounds. That's number 3, Blaze Wiggins, with the reception. Or no, I'm sorry, number 4, Jason Bourbonnais.
McAdoo over in the area out there by himself just didn't make the tackle. And, again, it's another big play. Tigers didn't tackle well at home the first ball game against Ada, and we've seen that in this drive, in this opening drive for Shawnee already.
We'll check in with David Polk in the Button sideline report here after this next play. As Brown comes under center, he's got 3 receivers out, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Man in motion now to the right. That's Bourbonnais. Handoff up the middle. It's number 2. It's Cody Lias. He gets down to the 15 or the 16-yard line is where they'll mark it. That's where he went down. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down and 4.
I tell you what, the offensive line, though, for Shawnee starting to open things up front, getting a pretty good push up front. That time the linebackers had to step in to make the tackle. Nobody up front was able to fight off the block to get a hand in there.
It's going to be a gain of 8, and they're going to mark it there. It'll be 2nd down and a couple. And the ball on the 17-yard line. In Ardmore territory, Tucker Brown under center. Takes the snap, hands off to number 25. He goes over the left side. He gets wrapped up, stacked up, and pushed back. It'll be a loss of a couple of yards. And that's going to be Brandon Davis with the carry, and the Tiger defensive line just swarmed on him.
They did, but and also credit number 65 for the Tigers. Kevin Andrews got in there, disrupted things as he fought off the block of the fullback, kind of shoved him back into the play, and that allowed some other Tigers to get over there in the area to make the tackle.
Forward progress, a loss of a yard. It'll be 3rd down and a couple. As Brown comes to the line of scrimmage. Really a short huddle, no time in between plays. Man in motion to the right. He's got an offset eye, one lone receiver to the left side. He's back to throw. He throws across the slant. Good defensive play that time by Robert Gordon as he got his hand up in there and made knocked the ball down. It'll be incomplete and bring up 4th down.
That was a slant inside, nice run route by the wide receiver there, and good delivery with the football. Just a great play for Robert Gordon to reach in there NFL style and slap that ball out of there.
Send it down to the button sideline, David Polk, because they get ready. The Shawnee Wolves get ready to attempt a field goal, it looks like.
Well, Shawnee has done an extremely good job at misdirection so far this evening, but they're lined up. They're in 4-down territory. Their kicker broke his wrist last week, so they're kind of looking at how that's going to work this week.
Well, Brown has come under center. He's going to hand off to McClain. He goes down the right side, turns the corner, turns up, gets the 1st down. He's going to get brought down at about the 12-yard line, maybe the 11 as he fell forward. That's Brandon Davis, and it'll be 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line.
And boy, a lot of confidence in that offensive line. Just run the football as they were stuffed the first couple of plays. They have really opened up some holes. They just get the ball to Brown outside, and that took a lot of second effort on his part as the Tigers had a defense pretty well, but Brown's a tough runner.
7:04 in the first quarter. No score, but the Wolves trying to. 3 receivers out to the left side. We got one lone back there to help protection. There's the snap. He steps in, hands it off to Davis. Davis gets stacked up, keeps on his feet, breaks 2 tackles, and still drives forward, falls forward, gains about 4 yards. They'll mark it at the 6-yard line, and it'll be 2nd down and 5.
And I credited Tucker Brown with that run. That was Davis that I meant to say a while ago, but that's okay. They're teammates, but that was a fine run right up the gut. That's just tough, hard-nosed football there.
And really, Davis does a great job. After he gets hit, he keeps his feet moving, and he just moves right through. Brandon Davis, a 5'9", 175-pound senior. Also plays strong safety. Brown hands off to Davis. He goes on the right side over the guard, and he's going to get stacked up at the line of scrimmage by Marquise Booker. And that's going to be 3rd down and 5 as it'll be a no gain on the play.
Well, Marquise, that was a nice effort on his part because if he doesn't turn him around and get a good head of steam up to drive him back the other way, he's probably going to squirt through that hole to score. But Marquise has been a solid player all season for the Tigers and really filled the gap on that one.
2 players go off after the huddle. That's going to be a flag because there were 12 in the huddle when they broke the huddle.
That was a great gift for Ardmore.
Yes,
right
it was.
there.
It'll back them up 5. I saw one player run off, and then they broke the huddle, and I saw another one leave. So,
well, one of them that came off wasn't supposed to come off. He's coming back up on the field right now. But what's happening, I tell you, down here with their talented little running back, he's got great lower body strength, and they're tackling high, and he's just churning the legs, and he's continuing to move. The other thing they're doing, guys, is they're running some misdirection down here, and they've kind of got us over pursuing a little bit.
as we'll get an illegal shift call, or 12 men in the huddle, basically.
Well, and you talk about Brandon Davis. He's not the tallest guy. He's listed at 5'9", but he's 175 pounds. And David's right. He's got big, thick legs and great strength. As he's really battled through some tackles to really be successful on this drive, as he has been for Shawnee, as they've moved the football pretty sharply after that big 3rd and 16 situation at the other end.
The ball on the 9-yard line now after the penalty. They'll repeat 3rd down. They really never got off in the first place. And now the referee is conferring with his head line judge over there. Brown will be in the shotgun for the Shawnee Wolves. He's got 3 receivers to the left, 1 lone back. That's Brandon Davis. He rolls to his left. He's going to keep it. And coming out of the corner from the cornerback is number 20, Justin Fields, and he just slams Brown to the turf on a loss of 4 or 5 yards, Billy.
And I tell you, they spread everybody out left, out to the wide side of the field, and then ran to that side, and that's just a great individual play out there by the Tigers, and he really got over there well. That was Justin Fields, who was not fooled whatsoever, just put his head in there and makes a good tackle to throw him for a loss and bring up a 4th down, and now it's going to be a kicking situation.
4th down and about 12, so that's going to bring on the kicker. And I saw this young man warming up, and he was hitting them from 30 yards out. And that's going to be Mark McLean, I believe, the kicker. The kick is up, and it is good for the first points of the ball game. Shawnee, that's Adam Betterton, the kicker. As the Shawnee Wolves go up 3-0. We're back after this. 95.7 KKJ. Back to Noble Stadium, where the Shawnee Wolves go up 3-0 over the Ardmore Tigers with 4:41 in the first quarter after a long drive.
16-play drive. From their own 20-yard line down to the Ardmore 12, kicked the field goal by Betterton. Of course, Shawnee with the early lead, and that was an impressive drive because they got stuffed the first couple of running plays, and then after they battled through 3rd and 16 and had the big pass play, a couple of big pass plays in that drive, and then pretty much kept it on the ground, and that offensive line started to really get in a pattern, got a good push, and just moved the ball pretty swiftly down the field for the first score of the night.
Felix Banjo to do the kicking for the Shawnee Wolves from the kickoff. As they tee it up at the 40-yard line. Back deep, it's going to be Jermaine Gresham, who catches it at the 3-yard line. He's at the 10, 15, cuts to his left, back to the right, 20. Still on his feet, 20, and gets wrapped up, can't break the tackle as the Shawnee Wolves wrap him up right at the 20. We do have a flag on the play. As Jermaine Gresham, really a patient runner as he comes up and looks to where he can kind of cut through the wall that's descending on him.
He tried to reverse his field, take it back to the wide side, and Ardmore's going to get called. Looked like for a hold there or something. I didn't see what he indicated.
And exactly, it's either that or illegal use of hands. But
Kind of block in the back there.
block in the back. This is David Polk, our
Head linesman on our side of the field looking back on it, and probably wouldn't have happened if we hadn't had a little second effort there. But, you know, guys are doing their darndest to break it open for Jermaine. That's
the Button sideline report. Button starter and alternator repair, 28 North Commerce here in Ardmore for all your battery needs. You can stop by today and pick up your complete NFL schedule wheel, as it has each and every game throughout the NFL season. Button starter alternator repair. As the Tigers will start deep in their own territory on the 8-yard line, it'll be 1st and 10. Drew McAdoo under center. And man in motion to the right. Hand off to Colbert. He goes over the right side. He gained up to the 15, and it'll be a gain of 7. Mark it there. It'll be 2nd down and about 3.
And that's a nice pickup out of the running game, 7 on 1st down. You'll take that. Ardmore really important, really need to answer here because you're getting these big ball games like this, and Shawnee takes the ball, just drives it right down the field to get a score. You know, and again, this is not a district game, but it's an important game pride-wise for the Tigers, and you don't want to get too far in the hole against the defending state champion. So they need to come out right here and they don't even have to score, just got to have a good drive and feel good about themselves after it's all said and done.
Justin Day swaps with Dante Miller to bring into play. Drew McAdoo under center, I formation, handoff to Colbert over the left side. Colbert at the 20, 23, almost to the 25-yard line. It'll be good for the 1st down, and the Tigers will move the chains on a nice run there from Jimmy Colbert.
And that was really some nice blocking as the Tiger offensive line really outsized. That defensive front is sizable for Shawnee, but they got great blocking up front and really allowed Colbert to kind of pick and choose where he wanted to stick his hat into. He could kind of just find the crease as he got down the field and back into the linebacker area in the defense.
Miller brings into play, I formation, 2 receivers out. Gresham to the left, Miller to the right. McAdoo back to throw. His arm gets hit as he's throwing. It'll be incomplete as they the ball hits the ground. Drew McAdoo got hit right as he threw the football. His arm got knocked away, and it'll be incomplete, 2nd down and 10.
That's a nice play. Antonio Hicks, he's a sophomore, 6'4", 285, defensive tackle, just got in there unblocked. And Drew only took the short, like 2 or 3 step drop. They're going to be a quick hitter. And Hicks was just too quick. He was quicker than the blocker on that side and was able to get in there and disrupt that play.
I think they're kind on the 285. I think it's closer to like 310 when you're looking at him down here on the field. He's huge.
As Drew McAdoo comes under center, he's the formation in tight. He's got 2 receivers to the right side. Now he moves Miller far out in motion. Hits Gresham on a slant over the middle. 35, 45, 50. Breaks the tackle, loses his footing at the 40 all the way down to the 32-yard line. Make it to 31, but had he kept his balance, Billy, he'd have been gone because there wasn't nobody else in front of him. And it's in 32-yard line in Shawnee territory. A nice gain of about 25 yards. It'll be 1st and 10, Tigers.
And probably a touchdown-saving tackle for Justin Clymer there. He got an ankle and really knocked Jermaine off balance, and Jermaine just couldn't recoup there and goes down. But you don't want that guy loose with the football in your secondary, just a load to try to get down.
And that's going to be a nice confidence booster for this offense as they now move the chains into Shawnee territory. Lone back in the backfield. Man in motion to the left. That's DeJuan Miles, but we have a flag on the play as McAdoo takes the snap.
I'm not David Polk, but I saw the left side of the line jump a little early.
Which one of the left side of the line?
The
whole left side of the line.
I'm not going to say.
Hey, guys, one of the things I am going to tell you tonight, Stuart Hoffman is out this week. He tweaked himself a little bit last week. He's not even suited tonight. But Stephen Lee has stepped into the starting role on the line and has done a really good job tonight in Stuart's absence. And he's really opened some things up on this side of the field.
He made a heck of a hit on the opening kickoff.
Yes,
I'll
he
give
did.
him that. As McAdoo will break the huddle, it'll send Grisham to the left side, Dante Miller to the right, Colbert in the backfield, McAdoo under center. Well, Miles in motion to the right, play action to the right. McAdoo fires over the right side, pass is incomplete as it was the intended receiver, Brandon McCarroll, from the tight end position.
Trying to roll Drew out to the right side and really had the receiver open, just a poor pass, really threw the ball behind him there, and Drew upset with himself there. But that play was there. We'll probably see that again.
2nd down and 15 after the penalty as Colbert comes out. Justin Day will come into the ball game for the Tigers. Going to be DeJuan Miles in the backfield by himself. Tight formation, 3 receivers over here to the left side on the near side. Miller in motion out. McAdoo back to pass. He hits Day over the middle at the 28-yard line. It's going to be right at the 1st down marker. We'll send it down to David Polk and see what his thoughts are as whether they move the chains or not.
It'll be 1st and 10 for Ardmore. Justin he knew where he had to go and he got there.
A beautiful pass, though, as McAdoo able to see the receiver and hit him in stride, able to gain a couple of yards after the catch.
We talked a lot about Justin Day last week, a great possession receiver. Everybody talks about Gresham, but Justin Day, not the biggest kid out there, but plays with a lot of heart and always makes the sure-handed catch, and that was a big 1st down pickup for the Tigers.
1st and 10, ball's on the 26-yard line in Shawnee territory with 1:50 left in the 1st quarter. McAdoo under center, back to pass. He looks, he's got time, he rolls to his left, pulls it down. Now he's got all kinds of coverage on him. It'll be a loss of a yard as he tried to get on the outside, unable to get there, and that'll make it 2nd down and about 11.
That was well defensed. Shawnee, as they run well. They're big guys up front, but they can move, and they just swarm to the right side. The play was designed to roll left and give Drew a crease out here on the left side. It almost looked like a run-pass option, but there was no option as the defensive line closed in quickly on him.
As Jimmy Colbert comes out, again, it's going to be now Marquise Booker in the backfield for the Tigers. McAdoo in the shotgun. 2-2. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Hits Gresham on the left side out in the flat on a little out pattern. He'll get to the 23-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll make it 2nd down and about 6.
Going to bring 3rd down. That was a positive play, got positive yardage, but not a lot of it there. So 3rd down situation for the Tigers. This drive started at their own 9-yard line. So it's been a successful drive, but they'd like to be even more successful and answer or take the lead here with this drive.
As they get ready to end the first quarter, 57 seconds in the first quarter of play, McAdoo has done a good job moving the ball down the field as now they move Maurice Grant over to the left side, 3 receivers to the right, Booker in the backfield. McAdoo rolls to his right, pump fakes, pulls it down and runs. At the 20, gets down to the 15-yard line and good enough for the first down as he was brought down right at the chains. And that's going to make it 1st and 10, Ardmore.
And boy, great decision for Drew McAdoo there. Didn't have anybody open, just knew or thought that he could get to the sticks, just put his head down. Great quickness. Drew can really run, just tucked the ball down, covered up, protected the football, and fell across the stripe to pick up the first down.
As they mark the ball at the 16-yard line, the Tigers have, this will be the 10th play of the drive, have taken this ball all the way from the 11-yard line. Now we have a timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. We're back after this on 95.7 KKJ. Stadium, Terry Long with Billy Wallace and David Polk as the Tigers have moved the ball in 10 plays from the 11-yard line in their own territory, and they are now on the 16-yard line in Shawnee territory. After the timeout, McAdoo will come out. Well, he's still on the sideline. Everybody else is on the field ready to go. McAdoo comes out and goes straight under center. Marquise Booker in the backfield. I'm sorry, that's Jimmy Colbert. Handoff to Colbert over the right tackle. He'll get a gain of a couple of yards. It'll make it 2nd down and 8.
Tigers trying to answer the first possession for Shawnee. They were able to drive in 16 plays to kick a field goal. And Ardmore, this possession started at their own 9-yard line. That's play number 11, I guess, or 12 now, as we kind of lost track. But boy, these long drives will eat up some time on the clock, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. As
the quarter expires, it's 3-0. Shawnee leading over the Tigers, but the Tigers are in the red zone. We're back with the second quarter after this. 95 trail by 3, but they are threatening to score, and you've got some first quarter stats, Billy.
Well, the scoring drive for Shawnee, obviously 16 plays, 67 yards, kicked a field goal, took the lead 3-0. 48 yards rushing for Shawnee in the first quarter, 58 for the Tigers. Of course, they're going to resume that drive right here. We'll talk more about this after this play.
That summary brought to you by the Crystal Clear Communications. Crystal Clear Communications, your authorized Verizon Wireless agent, 808 12th Northwest in Ardmore. McAdoo will come under center, I formation. Handoff to Colbert over the left side. He gets a great block from DeJuan Miles. He's down to 5-3, fumble as the ball flies out to the left side. It goes, will it be Shawnee ball or will it be out of bounds?
It's Shawnee's ball.
Shawnee's ball as the referee makes the call, and a costly turnover there for the Ardmore Tigers as they were threatening to score.
Well, that's really unfortunate because you saw the same thing I did. What a block out wide. DeJuan Miles just leveled that defender, and that was going to be a positive play down inside the 10-yard line. Ball just bounced out of there, and then Miles made a nice effort, the only Tiger in the area, to try to get on it, but recovered by Shawnee.
As that gets the Shawnee Wolves offense back on the field. Last time they had the ball, they ate up 8 minutes and some odd seconds of clock on the Ardmore Tigers. The best defense is keeping your offense on the field. Brown will come under center. He's got an offset I formation. He hands off to the first man through. He breaks through at the 15, 20, gets tackled from behind, and he'll get all the way out to the 22-yard line. It'll be a gain of 13, and that'll make it 1st and 10, Shawnee, and the first man through, I believe, was Bourbonnais. No, Cody Lyles, number 2.
And there's what David Polk was talking about, a little misdirection as they run one back to the left, hand the ball off, going right. Really nobody there for the Tigers. He blew through the hole, was back in the secondary for the Tigers before anybody could make the tackle.
Lone back in the backfield, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. As Brown comes under center. Hands off to Davis. Davis over the right side, hits the pile, gets stacked up, and that's where the Tigers will bring him down. Brian Booker with a nice tackle there for the Tigers, along with a couple others.
Yeah, Dante Moore at the bottom of the pile there for Ardmore. And really critical here. Tigers need a good stand on defense, get some field position. The first turnover of the night, of course, goes in favor of Shawnee there as Ardmore fumbled down in the red zone, and those count double when you I think they had, 3 of those against the Ada Cougars, so that would have been a different ball game. But turn it over the first trip into the red zone. Need to hold them on defense right here.
Brown under center, offset eye. He's got 2 receivers over here to the left side. Man in motion now to the right. That's Bourbonnais. Brown looks to throw a slant pattern over the middle. He gets batted down by Marquise Booker. He looked for it, couldn't find it, and it hits the ground. It'll be incomplete. 3rd down and 9. Shawnee.
And there's that same little slant, that quick hitter that we've seen. And that time, Marquise Booker got one of his big paws up there and swatted it away. Really couldn't find it. Thought he had a chance to make the interception, couldn't find the football.
He just nearly intercepted that without it. It just came at him so hard he couldn't do anything but bounce off his hands.
Eric Combs, the intended receiver, 6'1", 170-pound senior, out here to the near side. As this time, they'll send 1 to the left, 1 to the right. Make that 2 to the right. Brown in the shotgun, looks to throw. He throws a little screen pass over to the right side, breaks a tackle at the 15 or to the 20. And now it gets down to the 30-yard line, and it's going to be a gain of 5. It'll be 4th down and 4, though. It'll be shy of the first down as Tiger defense did a good job reading that and making the tackle.
Well, and they adjusted to that misdirection. Again, the fake to the back coming left, and then a quick toss to the other back, trailing back out of the backfield, going right side. And better recognition for Ardmore that time, and they have held him on 3rd down, going to force him to punt.
Back to punt is Jason Bourbonnais, the 5'10", 170-pound senior. He's standing on his own 15-yard line, back deep for the Tigers. It's going to be Trez McCarroll. He's standing at his own 35. Or I'm sorry, that's Justin Day. So Squibber, he picks it up at the 30-yard line, comes to his right, and he's going to get collared right there at the 30-yard line. It'll be no return as he picked it up at the 30. But no loss either.
Yeah, and he saved some yardage there, because if he doesn't scoop that up like the second baseman that he is on the Tiger baseball team, that ball's going to roll on down the field. So he saved some field position there. Didn't get a lot of yards running the ball, but really kept it from rolling down into Ardmore territory.
Maybe just me, but that was an awful quick snap on a punt. You usually get a little longer snap count. I looked back, and all of a sudden the ball was on the ground heading our way. McAdoo comes out from the sideline. If the Shawnee Wolves come up, it'll be a 3-man front in the box. Only rushing 3. Tigers with 2 receivers out, man in motion to the right, that's Booker. Handoff, nope. McAdoo rolls to his right, hits Booker out in the flat. 35, 40, 45, and he's driven out of bounds right at the 45-yard line. It'll be good for the first down, move the chains. 1st and 10, Ardmore.
And credit McAdoo there as Gerard Jackson was in his face there as they're bringing him in to create a little pressure on the Tiger quarterback, and he had to be patient there and had to wait on Booker to come open before he delivered the football.
Booker came in motion to the right there, and really a nice-looking developed play. With 9:38 in the second quarter, 3-0 to score the Shawnee Wolves lead as the Tigers fumbled in the red zone. They're in their only other possession of the ball game. McAdoo will come under center. Back to pass. Looks downfield. He's got Dante Miller streaking down the right side. It'll be overthrown and just short of him as he was at the almost to the 10-yard line in Shawnee territory.
Well, that was Garrett Aiken in coverage there for Shawnee. Really had the wide receiver for the Tigers blanketed as that sprinting down the sideline was Dante Miller. Just great coverage and a pretty nice throw for McAdoo because he made sure he put it in the only place that only his guy could get to the football if it wasn't going to be complete, and that's what happened on that one.
And impressive with Dante Miller is he saw the ball and then sped up and really almost could have made a play on the ball, just couldn't quite get to it. McAdoo comes under center with an I formation. Two receivers, that's Miller and Gresham, out far to the left side. McAdoo talking to him. Colbert over the right side. He drives, falls forward. It'll be a gain of 3 yards. They'll mark it at the 48-yard line, and it'll be second down and 7.
Good. That was a nice carry. Not a big gainer, but Will Thompson hit him actually. Would have held him to a 2-yard gain, but nice running for Colbert there. Just kept his legs moving, drove him back another 4 yards.
They get third down and 7. McAdoo comes out from the sideline. It goes to the, he gets a lot of miles running back and forth to the sideline every game. As McAdoo will move Gresham to the left side. He's still got the I formation. Back to pass. Looks to his right, hits Miller at the 50. 45 out at the 43-yard line. Just past the first down marker, as that's going to move the chains.
Got a flag. Other side of the field.
And we have a flag on the field back by the line of scrimmage, which is not good. As McAdoo goes over, though, to see what the referee's going to say. They're going to call procedure penalty on the Tigers. That'll back them up 5, and they'll get to do it again.
Boy, those mistakes just killing Ardmore, though. They had a nice drive a few minutes ago, ended up in a fumble, and then they've had several penalties here in this first half, in this quickly moving first half with 8:45 left in the second quarter. If you just tuned in, Shawnee with the lead 3-0, and we've been stuck on that number for quite some time.
But the Tigers defense able to hold the Shawnee Wolves to 3 and out on their second possession. First possession, Shawnee moves it all the way down the field, gets the field goal, but it was a long drive, ate up a lot of clock.
Yeah, what about a possession and a half? One possession and a half a possession for Ardmore, and we're out of the first quarter. I mean, you talk about a fast-moving ball game.
You bet. As the Tigers break the huddle, it's going to be McAdoo comes under center. He's got 3 receivers over to the left side, 2 in the slot, and Gresham on the far side on the other side of the hash marks. McAdoo rolls to his left, pulls it down and keeps it. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, hits the 45, gets to the 48-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, but not near enough for the first down, as that'll bring on the punting unit for the Tigers.
And, boy, he really had to work for that 5, and that was a nice play. The linebacker, Justin Bedwell, just turned him back inside. Sometimes you don't have to make the tackle. You just turn him back inside, kind of like chasing a runaway cow. You turn him back toward where you got some help, and that's what happened for Bedwell.
McAdoo back to punt for the Tigers. High snap, but he does get it, gets it off. It's going to be a low spiral. It hits at the 20, and it rolls. It's going to take a kind of a no bounce as it just kind of rolls dead at the 18-yard line, and it's down there by number 64, Dante Moore. Nice coverage there from the Ardmore Tigers. Let's send it down to the Button sideline with David Polk. And David, what's going on the sideline right now?
Well, they're just a little disappointed there. Again, we just had some mental errors. We have a first down. We go from 1st and 10 to 3rd and 18 in a situation where we just got to think smart on the field. And the guys came off a little dejected, but the defense is doing well. I think they'll shut them down, and we'll be at it again.
As the clock begins to tick, it'll be Tucker Brown under center. Fake pass. Now he launches it downfield. He's got a man streaking down the right side. Good coverage over there. And who is that, Billy?
That's Robert Gordon.
Robert Gordon, step for step with the Shawnee Wolves receiver, as he had a long flight, but it'll be incomplete. It'll be second down and 10.
Well, they pumped on the little short pass and then tried to throw the deep route, and that was just good coverage for Robert Gordon.
That was Jason Bourbonnais, the receiver, or the intended receiver.
And, we talked about the Coach Whitson leaving, taking his son with him, but you got to remember that Brown, the quarterback for Shawnee, is this coach's son, and something about a coach's kid at quarterback, it's like having a little coach out in the huddle with him out there on the field.
Lone back in the backfield, 2 receivers out to the right side. Brown rolls to his right, he's under coverage, and he gets the ball away. It'll be just past the first down. It's a nice catch there by another number 9, Justin Clymer, with a nice reception, and Brown with a good job getting the ball to him.
Well, and that's a great job by the wide receiver, knowing where the first down stick is and being sure that he's past it, because really Clymer had to come back for the football, but still was past that yellow marker on the sideline and picks up a big first down.
Jeremy Bonner, or not Jeremy Bonner, number 56, Gene Cormier, comes off the field for the Tigers. Cormier, a key member of the Tiger offensive and defensive lines, is Brown under center. Hands off to number 2 up the middle. That's Cody Lyles. He hits the 40, 45, 50, still on his feet. Stiff arms, gets into Ardmore territory down to the 47-yard line before he's brought down by Robert Gordon. And a nice run there as he just went over right tackle and had some huge holes to run through.
There wasn't anybody there until he got back in the secondary, and then he broke a tackle there, and Justin Day, really the last guy to be able to lay a hand on him. And just too many broken tackles in this first half.
Cody Lyles, the fullback, was the first man through. Tucker Brown under center. Split receivers left and right. Offset eye. Brown back to pass. He looks to his left, throws it over, and it's way out of the reach. The intended receiver, Eric Combs, in the flat over down by the 45-yard line. It'll be incomplete, second down and 10.
And out there in coverage, number 9, Maurice Grant, who we might mention, we have cheated out of some coverage.
Yes, the last couple of games we apologize, but we're going to get his name right tonight.
Exactly, because of a roster mix-up, we've called him Mr. Boyer. So Mr. Boyer, who he's a great kid, he got a little airtime, and the PA announcer over in Durant gave Boyer a lot of airtime, but it really belongs to Maurice Grant. He's played well all season, and sure want to give him credit when he makes a play.
We've made Boyer a star.
Yeah.
Maurice Grant with some good play for the Tigers. Shotgun formation. Hands off to Davis. He breaks through the line, breaks one tackle. Still on his feet and got 3 Tigers dragging. And they'll bring him down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be shy of the first down. It'll be third down and about 3 as that'll move the stick 7 yards.
More success for Shawnee as they run to the right side again. And Tiger defense getting a little bit worn down. Those 16-play drives will take it out of you. And they have broken some tackles on this drive to keep the drive alive, and they got it now in a third down and short situation. And down on the 40-yard line, a situation where you're on the field where you can go for it even if you don't pick it up on third down. But Tiger defense needs to make a play here. They need a turnover, a big play thrown for loss to give them some new life.
I agree. Not much I can say after that, Billy. As the Tigers defense has not allowed the big play, but they've definitely had trouble holding the running game of the Shawnee Wolves at bay. It'll be one lone back, Brandon Davis. He gets it, gets hit in the backfield, but he does break the tackle, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and then a couple more. It's going to be right at the first down marker. Let's send it down to the button sideline and see if David Polk can tell us if he made the first down or not.
Sure, I can't really get to it to see from where I'm at. We did have a flag, a sideline.
Just tell the referee you want to stand right there by him. He won't mind.
I think we lost
They're going
Dave.
to measure. He's moving to the. He's moving to look at the chain.
We're about a half a yard short.
Half a yard short, and that's going to be good for the Tigers. They bring out the chains to measure with 6:43 in the second quarter. The Tigers really want to stop the Wolves here, see if they can get the.
Well, all this really does, besides telling you how short they are, is give you a chance to catch your breath a little bit, because you know they're going to go for it on fourth down anyway. And it is just about what Mr. Polk said it would be, about a half a yard short.
I'm good.
Sometimes. Just like the rest of us in the world. But you know Shawnee going to go for it down here inside Ardmore territory, down 38-yard line on the Ardmore end, on the north end of the field.
With 6:43 left, the Tigers says it'll be fourth down and a little bit. As Tucker Brown will come under center in an I formation with Brandon Davis behind him, dotting the I. And he drives the pile forward, but he's driven back. Now they're going to give him the progression, though. It'll be good for the first down.
Yeah,
and that'll move the chains.
That was easily past the first down marker. Doesn't matter where you end up, it's where you got to.
Marquise Booker made him think twice about it, though, as he laid a nice hit on Tucker Brown and drove him back after he gained the first down. But as you said, doesn't matter where you end up. That'll open up the Shawnee Wolves offense as they spread the line now with 5 receivers out. Brown under center, nobody in the backfield. Brown, quick out to the left side, hits the receiver. He's going to get hit right at the line of scrimmage, though. Number 40, the receiver. That's Robert Arthurton. Oh, no, number 12. LaFlama Miles. Man, like that was any better.
Take your pick on those two names.
But nice defensive play there by
Exactly.
Dante Miller.
Exactly. Well, and Justin Fields got a hold of him and didn't let go. We've talked about some broken tackles. That was not one of them, as Justin got a hold of him and wouldn't turn loose.
As the Ardmore defense is 2nd down and 10, no gain on the play. They'll send 2 receivers to the far right side, 1 to the left. Brown in the shotgun. He'll keep it down on the right side, breaks through at the 30, gets down to the 25, to the 23-yard line as he's corralled there by the Tigers. It'll be right at the 1st down marker. Mark it at the 24-yard line and move the chains. 1st and 10, Shawnee.
And Robert Gordon and Ellis Knight combining to make that tackle. And, boy, Shawnee just moving the chains. And they have been able to do that on, this is their 3rd possession. And they have moved it pretty sharply down the field.
First time we've seen the Tigers, or not the Tigers, Tucker Brown run the football on a design play. I mean, just took it down and headed over the right side. As the Tigers move up, they'll put 8 in the box. 2 receivers to the right. Brandon Davis over the right guard. Hits the 20, down to the 18, 17. And he spun around. Nice defense there by number 3. That's Ellis Knight coming over from the linebacker slot to make the tackle. And it'll be 3rd down and about 5.
Offensive tackle on the right side. Nice block that time on the Tigers as they ran to the weak side and loaded up the strong side to the left side of the field and then ran it the other way. Just good blocking out on the perimeter and good running. And we talked about Brandon Davis being a strong young guy, and there was evidence there as he ran through that line of scrimmage and busted a couple of tackles.
I just can't get my numbers right as it's 2nd down. Brown under center. Man in motion to the left. Offset eye formation. Hands off to the first man through, Cody Lyles at the 15-10. Down to the 5, still on his feet, and he's brought down by a shoestring tackle there by number 21, Robert Gordon, who gets all the way down to the 4-yard line, though. It'll be enough for the 1st down and to bring up 1st and goal.
Boy, most of the success running, though, for Shawnee has come right up the middle, and that was just run right over the center and the right guard. And nobody there, nobody home for the Tigers until the ball carrier got back in the secondary.
Get a whole slew of new Shawnee Wolves coming in from the sideline. It's 1st and goal from the 4. Tigers trying to keep the Wolves out of the end zone with 4:10 in the 2nd quarter. Wolves lead by 3. Brown straight up the middle on a keeper. Gets a gain of a couple. It'll go 2nd down and 2.
And that was just
Marquise Booker with a nice tackle there as he gets in and on the bottom of the pile.
a little more hard-nosed football. And the center doing a nice job, though, for Shawnee. Zach Howard. He's listed 225, 6'1", 225, just a junior, but playing well up front as that offensive line is kind of taking charge here as they got on the Ardmore end of the field.
Well, and the Wolves again send in 5 new players. Brown will stay under center. Hands off to Davis. Over the left side, tries to get out, hits the end zone, and he'll get 6 points there as he gets into the end zone at 3:22 in the 2nd quarter of play. Shawnee goes up 9-0.
Looked like the play designed to go inside. He just broke it outside, and Tigers could not get over there to contain, keep him out of the end zone. And boy, that was an impressive drive. There's Shawnee took the ball at their own 18-yard line and drove for a touchdown.
Well, and the Tigers had their chances to stop them. Had them with 3rd and long. Had them with, and then had a key penalty. A couple of things in there that the Tigers could have done to slow the drive down. As Arturin or Betterton with a nice kick there with a point after makes the score 10-0. We're back after this on 95.7 KKJ. Stadium as Terry Long with Billy Wallace and David Polk as the Tigers trail 10-0 and back out on the field. The Tigers back to receive the kickoff. It'll be Jermaine Gresham back deep for the Tigers along with, I want to say, I can't read the young man's note. There it is, Jimmy Colbert.
Colbert's down here.
Colbert back down. He's standing on the 10.
Yes, they are.
Betterton to do the kick, or Felix Banjo to do the kicking for the Wolves. With 3:22 in the second quarter, the Tigers are going to try to cut into this lead as we get ready to go. It's a nice kick as it goes deep into the end zone. It'll be a touchback, and the Tigers will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20. And Billy, kind of tell us a little bit about that scoring drive.
Well, that was an impressive drive. 18 plays, 82 yards to take the lead. Now 10-0 for Shawnee. And they did most of that on the ground. I don't know, maybe had 1 or 2 pass plays in there, but another long possession for them as they had a 16-play drive earlier to score. That one, 13 plays. And, man, this is a fast-moving football game. And what it tells you is that you better do something with the football when you got it because you may not get it too many times tonight. And the Tigers, they were in good position earlier, turned the ball over in the red zone. And then Shawnee, the quality team that they are, makes you pay for it, takes it down and gets a score.
Scoring summary brought to you by Crystal Clear Communications, your authorized Verizon wireless agent. 808 12th Northwest in Ardmore, Crystal Clear Communications. I want to thank them as there's a timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. Back after this on 95.7 KKJ. To Noble Stadium as the Tigers get ready to start their drive to try and cut into this lead. The Wolves lead 10-0 with 3:22 in the second quarter. As McAdoo will come out with the Tigers. Gresham will go out to the far left side. 2 receivers to the right side. That's Dante Miller and Maurice Grant in the slot. McAdoo under center. Or no, he'll stay in the shotgun. Back to pass. Rolls to his right. He's under pressure. Smartly throws it out of bounds over here by the cheerleaders. And it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Good pressure, Gerard Jackson, again, the linebacker for Shawnee in the backfield. McAdoo had no time whatsoever to look downfield and just had to get rid of that football.
We'll send it down to the Button sideline. Button starter alternator repair is David Polk. What's going on down there?
Well, there was just a little bit of pressure there on him. They did have one guy out in the flat that he just couldn't quite pick out to throw to, so he did have to dump it off. But the guys still seem to be upbeat down here, and they're working hard at doing what they need to do to encourage the offense.
All right, that's the Button starter alternator repair sideline. David Polk, 28 North Commerce. McAdoo back to pass from the shotgun, pulls it down and keeps it, runs into a couple of Shawnee defenders right there at the line of scrimmage, but it'll be, or back where he was at, on the 15-yard line, and it'll be a loss of 4, maybe 5.
Well, we have a flag on the play, and it's going to be against Shawnee. They were offside, so we'll take 5 up. It'll be for 2nd and 5 here.
Well, that was Antonio Hicks, again listed as a sophomore, 6'4", 285, and you can't give him a head start. He's already got the advantage anyway.
And you are correct, David Polk. Shawnee offsides. That'll make it 2nd down and 5 from the 25-yard line. As the Tigers
need something good to happen.
Need something good to happen.
Yes,
try to move it down. At least put together a good drive before the halftime.
Well, they got 3 minutes and 2 timeouts. Need something positive to happen right here.
As Gresham goes to the far left along with somebody. McAdoo again pulls down. This time he'll keep it at the 25, 27, 30, up to the 32-yard line before he's wrapped up around the ankles. But it'll be a nice run. It'll be good for the 1st down and move the chains for the Tigers.
Looked like Drew wanted to roll out to his left and look downfield, but either saw an opening or didn't think he was going to have time to throw, decided to duck it up inside, and that was a pretty tough run to pick up that 1st down.
It was, but he did know where the 1st down was, and that was important as he kept his balance and able to get that extra yard. Dante Miller comes out here to the near side. Gresham to the far side. He's got 2 receivers in the slot. McAdoo's in the shotgun. He's back at his 25. Throws it out to Miller. Caught at the 37. Crosses the 40, 45, 50. Gets wrapped up and almost breaks the tackle for the end zone. But good job there by number 12. That's LaFlama Miles with a nice tackle, but Dante Miller already did the damage, moves the ball all the way to midfield.
Well, it's a nice reception. It didn't look like he's going to be brought down on the spot, but he did a couple of little pirouettes and almost broke out of there. There's only one defender left, had a chance to go on that one, but that's some Ardmore, we said they just needed something good to happen. Maybe that's the thing to spur them on right there. A little extra effort from their wide receiver.
Miller again will come here to the near side on the right, and Gresham out to the far side on the left. Justin Day in the slot on the left side. Maurice Grant on the slot on the right side. McAdoo in the shotgun. Back to pass. Under pressure. Hits Miller to 50. 45. Breaks one tackle. Falls forward and gets down to the 42-yard line. And it'll be a nice gain of 8. Almost 9. And it'll be second down and a couple.
Found a little soft spot out there. Drew recognized it. Got him the ball quickly so that he could make something happen. And you like that when you see number 17 with the ball running loose, and the guy chasing him is wearing number 95 and is 6'4", 285. You got to like the advantage there for the young, quick wide receiver for the Tigers.
Shawnee Wolves only rushing 3 so far this evening, and that's kind of kept the passing game at bay. But the Tigers now with the 4 receivers out, starting to move the ball, and now Drew McAdoo will take a timeout at 1:30 in the first half. Left in the first half. We're back after this on 95.7 KKJ. Stadium here in Ardmore, Oklahoma. I'm Terry Long with Billy Wallace and David Polk down on the Button sideline. And we want to welcome Craddock Funeral Home to the broadcast as they have joined as a sponsor here of Ardmore Tiger football. They'll help bring you each and every game all throughout the season. As McAdoo comes under center, the ball on the 43-yard line in Shawnee territory. Out to Gresham, and he catches the ball, but
no, he bounced.
Then drops it.
Yeah.
As he had the ball, tried to run with it before he caught it.
Absolutely. 2 defenders out there, and Jermaine was thinking about getting hit and maybe having to run between some defenders there and forgot to catch the football. Sometimes that just happens.
1:26 left on the clock in the first half of play as the Tigers want to try and cut into this 10-0 lead. The Shawnee Wolves up by 10 as they have put together 2 good-looking drives and ate up a lot of clock in this ball game. McAdoo will come under center. He's got 2 receivers out to the left side, 1 to the right. Now he hits Gresham, same play as before. He catches it goes down to the 40, 37, 38-yard line, and that's where he'll be driven out of bounds as he was kind of turned around backwards and kind of took a full hit there.
When you got 3rd down and 2, though, you like to get it in Gresham's hands because if he falls down, it's a first down.
And it was.
And that's the same play they ran on the previous play that he didn't catch. Coach comes right back with the same call. That time it worked pretty well as he was able to fall across the marker there for a big first down with 1:18 remaining here in the first half.
As Justin Day brings in the play, Maurice Grant will come off the field for the Tigers. Dante Miller will come out here to the near side. Gresham a little further out to the near, so Miller will move into the slot. McAdoo rolls to his right, looks to throw. Keeps it. Now he launches it downfield. He's got Miller almost in the end zone, intercepted, but then it was knocked out of bounds.
They're going to call it an interception.
They're going to call it interception and fumble out of bounds, and it'll be Shawnee's ball. That was Justin Clymer who stepped in the passing lane and took the ball away. And a nice hit from Dante Miller to knock the ball loose, but a little too late as they didn't call it an incomplete.
And you just have to credit Clymer there. He made a nice play. That ball hung in the air for a long time. He was able to work his way over there to make the interception. I think it was a good call. I do think he had possession long enough and then fumbled it as he got hit out of bounds. And boy, that really hurts as the Tigers a chance to pick up a score possibly before the end of the first half, and now it's going to go back the other way.
We invite everyone to watch the playback on Tuesday night at 7:30 on
7.
At 7, thank you, on Ardmore's channel 17, Cable 1. As the Wolves almost going to get a safety as they try to run out of the end zone.
Justin Day
the
is
1 yard line.
Appealing for the safety as he's the Tiger defender that actually
I thought he had it, but it was going to be about a half a yard shy of a safety, so it'll be on the half-yard line. 45 seconds left.
You know, they can't take a knee down here.
That's right. They can't take a knee because the quarterback will be standing in the end zone if he does. With 30 seconds left on the clock, they do have to run the football out of the end zone. Well, now they're not going to. Doesn't look like they're going to run. There's nobody in the backfield. Tucker Brown under center. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left.
He's just going to run.
He's going to let the clock run all the way down as he's got about 4 seconds between the game clock and the time clock, and now they got a flag on the play. As you got to wonder if somebody moved or David Polk, our resident
I don't-
referee, what's going on?
Well, I'm not really sure. I think what he's saying to him is possibly he went underneath the center and then he just kind of stood up. But
That would be an illegal shift.
he's having a discussion with the entire team right now.
And the entire Tigers defense almost as they get up in that hole as well. The referee comes out, waves the flag off.
He's just having words with him because in there along the line there must have been some discussion taking place that shouldn't have. Good move by the official.
Well, was it last year, Billy? They had what
Year
they
before.
thought might have been a snap count coming at the end zone. All right. Brown takes it on the quarterback keeper. He's not going to gain very much, if any, as they try to drive him back into the end zone, but it'll be again at the yard line, and that'll expire the clock as the first half comes to a close. Shawnee Wolves 10, Ardmore Tigers nothing. We're back after this with the halftime show on 95.7 KKJ. Welcome back to Noble Stadium. Terry Long back in here with Billy Wallace, and the captains are back out on the field, as are the Shawnee Wolves. The Tigers just now starting to come out of the locker room, so we'll still have a couple minutes as they set the 3-minute warm-up clock. And Billy, the prescription for success for the second half of the Tigers unable to, they had a couple of costly turnovers. They've defensively, I think they held their own. But it should have been a lot closer ball game than it is right now.
Well, I'm going to wear it out, but they got to quit making mistakes against good ball clubs. You can't do that, and that's the story this first half. Ardmore has made more mistakes than Shawnee has, and they have not been able to complete their drives and to pick up the points when they get down in the Shawnee end of the field. And Shawnee has done the opposite. They have played more consistently, eliminated their turnovers and mistakes, and that's why they lead 10-0 at the half.
As the bleacher creatures make their way up and down the track with their painted torsos. I'll use that as a kind word, but they're getting into it, and that's all right. The Tigers are out there. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right as far as the prescription for success, Billy, that the Tigers have to quit making those mistakes that it's cost them a touchdown. It's gave the Wolves a first down when they probably wouldn't have gotten it otherwise. There's just some fundamental things here that they're going to have to correct here in the second half. And they did that a lot in the first half, and Durant were able to overcome that. Durant unable to score early on, but the Shawnee Wolves, a little bit better ball team, and have been able to move the ball and eat up some clock and take up some of the time.
Actually, they're a lot better ball team.
There you go.
If you want to be honest about it, Terry. But Ardmore has had their chances. They just didn't take care of business when they needed to. And they just got to do a better job in the second half.
Prescriptions for Success brought to you by Pharmacy Plus in Medill. At Pharmacy Plus, 211 South 1st Street in Medill, they offer a wide range of home medical equipment, walkers, canes, wheelchairs, patient lift equipment, including seat lift chairs, hospital beds, and accessories, commode chairs, and bath safety equipment, in addition to oxygen, concentrators, and portable cylinders. Pharmacy Plus in Medill, helping you to help yourself. We're about 40 seconds away. Let's send it down quickly to the Button sideline with David Polk. And now that he's made his way back down on the field, anything down that way, David?
Boy, I tell you what, I need my dictionary. It was that Varange word that that was good, man.
You got to live with it.
There's still not a whole lot of wind down here, guys. It's still a great night for football, and hopefully, as we've talked about, Ardmore comes out to correct the little minor, there really were minor errors that just cost us at critical times in the game, and lining up and not jumping and those things. And I think that we can do what we need to do to go beat the Shawnee Wolves team.
I want to thank some of our sponsors for tonight's ball game. Toyota of Ardmore, Citizens Bank and Trust, Vernon's Plumbing, Heat and Air, the Daily Ardmore, First National Bank and Trust of Ardmore, Shelter Insurance, Billy Wallace, Carter County Dodge, Button Starter Alternator Repair, Pharmacy Plus in Medill, Crystal Clear Communications, Chesapeake Energy Corporation, Bill Parker, New York Life, Southern Oklahoma Technology Center, Brad Carson for Senate, and Craddock Funeral Home. As we're just seconds away from kickoff, we'll just keep it right here as the Tigers will receive the ball first in the second half, as they deferred earlier in the ball game and won the toss.
And I might mention these scores one more time here before we start our ball game, our second half. All of these late in the second quarter. It was Blanchard over Plainview again late in the second quarter, 20-13. Also Duncan leading Weatherford 13-7, and Washington over Ringling 27-0. The only three scores we got at this point, but we will keep you posted best we can.
Word of advice, Billy, never put eye drops in your eyes right before the kickoff.
Okay.
As the Tigers huddle up on the side, they're getting ready to take the field. The Wolves come out. We're just seconds away from second half. The Shawnee Wolves lead by 10 if you're just not joining us or checking on it. We appreciate it. I'm Terry Long with Billy Wallace and David Polk. The Tigers take out the field. It's going to be Jimmy Colbert and Jermaine Gresham back deep for the Tigers. They're standing on their own 10-yard line. Let's see who's doing the kicking this time. It's going to be number 5, Felix Banjo.
I don't think his kicks get but about 20 feet off the ground, but they generally go in the end zone.
As he tees it up at the 40-yard line, we're getting ready for action. Again, the score 10-0. The Tigers hope to make the adjustments necessary as the kick is up, and Colbert fields it at the 4-yard line, bobbles it, picks it up at the 5, 10, 15, cuts to his right, gets tackled at the 20-yard line, and that's where the Tigers will take over, 1st and 10.
Kind of bobbled it there and had to pick it up and run with it there, but nice job, good recovery that time as he was able to get the ball up to the 20-yard line, and so he did his job there as they didn't want to get pinned inside their own end of the field.
Shawnee defense kind of spread out all over the field right now. Still rushing 3 men. Only 7 in the box. As the Tigers send Gresham out to the far left side, I formation. It'll be Marquise Booker, Jimmy Colbert in the backfield. Pitch out to Colbert over to the left side. He cuts up inside, cuts back inside. We've got a flag on the play. It'll be a gain of 3. Let's see what the call is. David Polk on the sideline. What'd you see?
Well, it came from the other side of the field, and I really couldn't get a good look at which official was throwing it. We've got a holding. The official on the offside caught us for holding.
As Colbert cut back to the inside, the line holds. Marquise Booker and Brandon McCarroll come off for the Tigers as Maurice Grant checks in.
Tigers just came out in the I formation. That was just a pitch. Going to run to the strong side of the field there, the wide side of the field, and somebody got a hold of jersey or something that they shouldn't have, and boy, that hurts.
That backs them up to the 10-yard line. They'll repeat the first down. 11:42 in the third quarter as we're just underway. McAdoo will come. And now he'll back up into the shotgun. Colbert's back there with him. He's the only one. McAdoo rolls to his left, throws it out, hits Justin Day at the 20-yard line. He spins and goes out of bounds. It'll be right back to the original line of scrimmage, so a gain of 10 yards to negate the penalty, but it'll be second down and 10.
Nice pass from McAdoo as he just got it over the outstretched hands of Garrett Aiken. Looked like he might have a play on the football there, but pretty nice throw for Drew as he had a little zip on that one and gets them back where they started at least.
Justin Day with a nice reception on the outside there. As you're absolutely right. McAdoo threw it out. Day brings it in. Gresham comes to the near side. Dante Miller out to the far side. McAdoo back, hits Gresham on the right side. Hit to the 20, 23, 24. He drags 4 Wolves with him, and he falls forward to the 25. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 3rd and 5 for the Tigers.
Well, at least they have worked their way back into a makeable 3rd down situation, 3rd and 5 now. And they like to roll McAdoo out. That time, though, that was just a quick toss out to the right side to the big guy, Jermaine Gresham. And he just worked his way forward to pick up what he could.
As as they send Justin Day out to the left along with Jermaine Gresham. Miller and Maurice Grant to the right. McAdoo's in the shotgun. Flanked by Colbert. He moves him over to the left side. Takes the snap. McAdoo back to pass. Throws. A little high and over the head, over the hands of Dante Miller in the flat on the right side. It'll be incomplete and bring up 4th down.
Well, nice heads-up senior play there. Didn't complete the pass, but McAdoo aligning his backfield there as he saw, looked like a blitzing linebacker sneaking up in the gap there, and he moved his fullback over where he could pick him up on the way in, gave him time to at least throw the football.
McAdoo back to punt. Maurice Booker will be the blocker. There's the snap. He gets the kick away. It's a nice spiral back deep. Caught at the 40-yard line as he runs laterally to the right. Now he gets slammed after he goes to the 46, make that the 47-yard line, and a nice tackle there, but we do have a flag on the play.
And that's Stephen Lee again. That's the second big hit we've seen from him on special teams.
That was Miles with the reception as he fielded the punt and ran about 15 yards to the right, but only gained 3 before he got hit. Illegal use of hands against the Shawnee Wolves, so that'll back him up even further. With the ball on the 44-yard line. Let's see what the Tigers are going to do. They'll back him up. It'll be a 10-yard penalty. Move the ball down to the 34-yard line. That's where the Wolves will take over. 1st and 10 with 10:30 left in the 3rd quarter.
The Tiger defense needs a stop on this first possession. Really can't get any deeper in the hole than they already are at 10-0. First possession of the second half here for Shawnee.
Tucker Brown steps under center. Offset eye. 2 receivers to the right. Hands off to Davis. Davis over the right side. Hits the 40. Breaks out to the outside. 45-50. Now he's going to get wrapped up and brought down at the 45 in Ardmore territory. But the damage was done. It'll be a gain of 20. Maurice Grant with a nice tackle there in the open field.
Brandon Davis just picking his spots there as the offensive line for Shawnee really firing off and just pushed everybody in red back that time to give Davis room to really pick and choose where he wanted to go with it.
As they move the chains, Tigers really need to hold right here. Don't want to fall 17-0.
Tigers have had 2 turnovers. Shawnee has not turned the ball over. This would be a great time if you're a Tiger fan to try to even that stat up a little bit.
We got a timeout by the official. I think it's for an equipment check. He's working on Brandon Davis. Now we're back to action. As Maurice Grant comes out here to the near side, upside Eric Combs, almost all the way to the sideline by the Tigers. Tucker Brown under center, hands off to the first man through. That's Lyles. Lyles hits the 40, 45, or 35, and gets all the way to the 38-yard line. It'll be right at the 1st down marker, and I believe they'll move the chains.
We talked about
Okay.
Terry,
yes,
are you there?
I'm still here.
We talked about the big center, Zach Howard, for Shawnee. Really, he's just punching holes up front as they're just dominating the line of scrimmage right now. The guards and the center really getting the push up front.
With 9:35, 1st and 10, Shawnee. He'll send 2 receivers out to the left side, offset I formation. Hand off to Davis. He gets wrapped up in the backfield this time, though. He'll be dropped at the 35, so it'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down and 11.
It looks like one of the Shawnee players a little bit slow to get up, and that is one of their big linemen. In fact, that is the center, I believe. Last man up and comes up a little bit lame. That time the Tiger defense did a pretty good job submarining and got underneath that play and kind of jammed up that line of scrimmage and gave those linebackers a chance to make the tackle.
Brandon Davis goes off to the sideline. But you were correct. That is the center that's kind of gimping. Tucker Brown under center. Hands off. Nope, keeps it. Goes down the right side of the line, tries to cut back up inside. He'll fall forward for a couple, but Tigers read it perfectly. Had him trapped in the backfield. He just kind of dove underneath the pile there to get the yardage. Got back right to the 33-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and about 9.5.
Well, he got through the tackle of Marquise Booker, but couldn't get past DeJuan Miles. Nice play by that young guy, as he had to struggle to get over there, as that was a pretty well-executed play. And you know, this quarterback, Tucker Brown, pretty good with the ball. You kind of got to find the football as they operate that quick fake up the middle, and then he'll keep it. But the first thing you got to do to have any success in defensing it is to find the football.
And Tucker Brown does a good job selling the fake. As now with an I formation, he's back to pass. He throws hits the slant over the right side, but the receiver, number 9, Justin Clymer, can't bring it in. Hits him in the hands, and he drops it, so it'll be 4th down and 9.
That's another slant, and he was open there. Clymer just took his eye off of that one. The defender actually pinned up behind him. He had the inside position with his body, just dropped the football.
7:56 as the Wolves have done a good job eating up the clock tonight. Now we have illegal procedure against Shawnee. That'll back them up 5. They'll repeat the down, or
No, they're making a decision right now. Whether they want to make it 4th down, or they want to back them up 5.
illegal procedure. That penalty is declined, so it'll be 4th down.
Been a lot of movement on the other side of the field tonight. That official has dropped his hanky several times over there for that.
I'm not real sure what's going on, but hopefully you don't lose our signal. 7:56, clock is stopped. Tucker Brown comes under center for the Wolves. Man in motion to the right, that's Bourbonnais. Back to pass, he looks down over the middle. Long pass intercepted by Maurice Grant. And Maurice Grant with a nice reception at the 10-yard line for the Tigers to stop the Wolves. And we got his number right this time, Billy.
That was a play-action pass, and really Tigers not fooled on that one. Really a poor pass for the first time tonight from Tucker Brown, and that went up for grabs. Maurice Grant gets his number called correctly that time, as he's the guy down there to make that interception, and boy, there's that turnover.
As he left, and Tucker Brown just left that ball hanging up there, and a couple of the Tigers had a chance to get up underneath it, but Maurice with a nice play there.
Okay, watch this, guys. Drew McAdoo's about to run at wide receiver. Lionel's going to be the quarterback. Let's see what it does to him.
Marquise Booker checks in along with number 7, Lionel Jimenez, as I was corrected earlier. Lionel at quarterback, back to pass, hands it off to the fullback. He goes down the left side and draws almost 9, 10, 11 yards. He'll get all the way out to the, looks like the 18-yard line, and that's where they'll mark it. It'll be just shy of the 1st down. And who was it that ran? It wasn't Colbert.
That was, it's an unusual look when you have 2 quarterbacks in the game at the same time.
Especially for the defense.
That's number 34 in the backfield, Jermaine Stubblefield for the Tigers. Jimenez rolls to his right, throws out to the right side. He had Booker on an out pattern, just out of his hands. Couldn't quite get to it. It's going to be 2nd down or 3rd down and a yard.
Good pressure in the backfield though for Gerard Jackson. Really hurried that throw from Jimenez. He had to hurry things up, and Booker just couldn't quite catch up with it. Had him open, just overthrew him a little bit.
Jimenez. I will. I've been saying Jimenez all week.
It is Jimenez.
I have been told both ways.
I have too, and I was.
Let's call him Jimenez.
We're going to call him whatever. But Jimenez takes it over the left side. He stretches his arm out, tries to get the 1st down. Let's see where they make the spot. It's going to be right at it, and they're going to have to measure as they bring him out.
We're the length of the football away from a 1st down.
Somebody on the sideline didn't like the spot. Somebody that was standing.
I heard that.
Somebody standing close to David
Close
Pope.
proximity of the button sideline microphone.
You call him Jimenez, I'll call him Jimenez. And
well,
one of us is bound to be right.
I just call him what he calls himself when he's at my house. So.
Okay. Jimenez.
I think David's the one told us it was Jimenez last year.
Well, that's what I thought, and he corrected me.
Right.
Okay. All right. At least we got a clarification.
Hey
now.
guys, we do have a score. Those Dixon Comets have got 6 points on the board against 49 for those Sulphur Bulldogs. So Coach Dixon's boys are they're playing well.
The Sulphur Bulldogs are a very stout team as they're returning 3A state champion. This time, Jimenez will come under center. Pro formation. He takes the ball underneath the pile, and he drives forward. And this time he gets the first down. As he comes out on the other side at the 22-yard line, it'll be good, a gain of 3 and well enough to move the chains.
That was second effort, though, because when he first stuck his head up in there, he didn't have it. He bounced back to his right, fell forward, and kept his legs driving to pick that one up.
That's strictly, like you said, just effort on his part. But it does move the chains. 1st and 10 Tigers from the 22-yard line. Jimenez in the shotgun formation. He's got 2 backs back there with him, 2 receivers out. That's McAdoo and Gresham. Gresham to the left, McAdoo to the right. Jimenez back to pass. He throws out to McAdoo. Hits him at the 28-yard line. McAdoo breaks 2 tackles, 3, then he gets swarmed. It'll be a gain of 6 as they mark it at the 28-yard line. And it'll be 2nd down and 4.
And you got to think this, having McAdoo and Jimenez both on the field at the same time, something that these coaches worked on this week, because it has kind of thrown Shawnee a little bit off balance here as they've had some success just trying to get lined up.
And they really didn't get a good spot that time either, as they'll give it only a gain of 5. Jimenez will come under center. Gresham to the right. Jimenez back to pass. He throws over to the left side, and he hits Dante Miller at the 32-yard line. It'll be good for the first down. Move the chains. Another Tiger first down.
Well, Terry, we talked last week that the Tigers are blessed to have 2 solid quarterbacks, as McAdoo got hurt last week, and Jimenez came in, took the Tigers on 3 consecutive scoring drives, and he has added a little spark tonight. And credit the Tiger coaches for trying to get both of these young guys on the field at the same time.
This time, McAdoo will stay off to the sideline. Gresham will go to the left. Dante Miller comes to the right side. I formation. Jimenez under center. Hands off to Jermaine Stubblefield over the left side, 35. Cross to the almost to the 40. It'll be brought down just shy of the 40-yard line. It'll be a nice gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down and 5 to go.
Isn't it amazing, though, if you throw the ball successfully, even if they're short passes, it gets that defense a little bit on their heels, not knowing which way to go with it. Then that opens up that running game. That's just a straight carry to the left side, good blocking up front, and a solid pickup of 4 yards on first down.
Lionel goes out onto the field. We're just going to call him Lionel. I've just figured it out. Lionel goes out on the field.
You're good.
Thank you, David Pope. He'll go under center this time. Gresham and Miller out far to the far side. Stubblefield comes over the right side, breaks through the line, hits the 45, almost up to midfield, as he'll be a gain of 8, maybe 9 yards. They'll mark it just shy of the 49-yard line in Ardmore territory, and it'll be good for the first down and move the chains. And the Tigers now putting together a nice-looking drive.
And if you missed the game last week, Jermaine Stubblefield added a little spark to the Tigers in that second half. He's only a sophomore, listed at 5'10", 160. Really quick, though, and a flashy, kind of thin-built young man, going to fill out a little bit as he plays in the coming years. But he's added a spark to this Tiger offense.
5:06 in the third. Quick out, tries to hit Gresham out in the flat. It goes, Gresham cuts back to the quarterback. The ball goes downfield, so it'll be incomplete, and it'll be 2nd down and 10 with 4:49 in the third quarter.
Just a misconnection there. I'm not sure what happened on that one, as Gresham obviously open, just out one of those wide throws to try to get the ball in his hands and see what can happen, what can develop downfield, and just didn't connect between the quarterback and the wide receiver.
10-0 if you're just now joining us. Shawnee Wolves have led since early in the ball game. They took their first drive and drove it down and scored 3. Tigers have yet to put any points on the board. This time, Jimenez will take a timeout. We'll take one as well. We're back after this on 95.7 KKJ. For you, Billy Wallace. Welcome back to Noble Stadium. Terry Long with Billy Wallace and David Polk on the sidelines. The Tigers have put together a nice-looking drive. Started off with a penalty, started from their own 10-yard line, and the stats will go down. They started from their 20.
Well, this is only the second possession of the second half for Ardmore, and they received to start the second half. So it has been a game of a lot of possession time, as both teams have had long drives. Ardmore just hadn't been able to get any points out of theirs.
Actually started off of an interception by Maurice Grant as the Wolves able to drive down the field. But now Jimenez takes it, pulls it out, goes down to the 50, 45. Nice second effort there as he was dragging number 96, Garrison Combs. And Garrison not easy to drag at 6'4", 215 pounds.
And a respectful rivalry, as I've seen both teams help each other up after the tackles. Always good to see. These two teams like to play each other, but treat each other pretty well after the whistle blows.
A gain of 7. It'll be 3rd down and 3. Lionel comes under center. Gresham to the right. Dante Miller to the left. Lionel back, looks downfield. He's got Dante streaking, and it's nice defensive play there by Shawnee, and that's number 4, Bourbonnais. Jason Bourbonnais got his hand up just the ball was on the money.
Boy, that was a well-thrown pass, and that was just an excellent play for Jason Bourbonnais. He just got there at the last possible second to separate that from the intended receiver there. And how good has Dante Miller been tonight? He has played well from his wideout position.
It's going to be 4th down and 3 as the Tigers will go for it. Lionel comes out with the play. They'll send Drew McAdoo out to the right side, Jermaine Gresham to the left. Jermaine Stubblefield lone back with a strong left side, or strong right side. Stubblefield takes the stutter step, cuts up field, hits the 40, 35, all the way down to the 20, loses the football, but the Tigers recover. And I believe
both teams saying they've got it.
Well, I saw the Tiger fall on it, and he's still on the bottom of the pile. And I know that unless somebody reached underneath him and took it away from him. But I believe it'll be number 79 comes out with the football.
And there's Jermaine Stubblefield, and we talked about him adding a spark, and really did on that. He's got great quickness. He's found a crease, got ducked up in there pretty well. Going to have to learn to protect that football at the end of his run, but you expect that when you've got a young ball player out there. He's only a sophomore, only going to get better.
That was Tommy Fitzgerald who recovered the fumble, number 72, with a nice play, heads-up ball play there as he fell on that football. Out to the left side, it's Jermaine Gresham. To the right, it's Drew McAdoo. Again, Lionel takes it over the left side, hits the hole, gets down to the 25, puts his shoulder into it, and barrels his way over to the first down. It'll be a 1st and 10 as he gets all the way down to the 22-yard line and a gain of 11.
And when Lionel got to the free safety, that's LaFlama Miles back there. He just lowered his shoulder and ran through. He made sure he picked up that first down.
Clock continues to run with 3:27. Now the Shawnee Wolves will take a timeout. They don't like what they see as the Tigers have moved the football down the field. We'll take one as well. We're back after this. 95.7 KKJ. To Noble Stadium, Terry Long with Billy Wallace and David Polk. Let's send it down to the Button sideline very quickly with David Polk. And David, what's going on down there?
Well, I tell you what, there's a renewed effort on the sideline. They're pretty excited about what's going on just because of what you're seeing from Lionel and what he's brought. It's looking better.
Lionel Jimenez comes under center. Jermaine Stubblefield in the back. And now we have movement on the line. And I believe that's going to be on Shawnee. I didn't see Ardmore move or jump.
I saw a flinch, but I don't know if it was after the defender came across.
That's what they're going to discuss as the referee comes out, calls it on Shawnee, and that'll move the ball 5 yards forward, and that'll make it 2nd down or 1st and 5 from the 17-yard line.
That's just a difference in snap count down here. You could hear it all the way over here on the sideline.
As McAdoo will come to the near side. Jermaine Gresham to the left. Lone back in the backfield. That's going to be Stubblefield. Lionel Jimenez under center. He rolls to his right, looks to throw. Throws down, has McAdoo laid out, unable to bring it in as it just goes past his outstretched hands. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
You know, though, when you get to start, Terry, 1st and 5, it's like getting an extra play. You can try just about whatever you want as you still got, several plays that you can run to pick up that first down. And they just tried to sneak one in there with McAdoo, tried to lob the ball to him, just a little bit overthrown.
Justin Day comes into the ball game.
This is where keep an eye on Jimenez to the big guy Gresham, as he's got great touch with the football, does Jimenez, and just throw it, let Gresham go up and get it in the end zone.
Jimenez takes it, rolls, hands it off to, that's going to be DeJuan Miles over the right side as he barrels across the line of scrimmage. It'll be a gain of 4. And they'll mark it at the 11-yard line. And the referee looking to see, and he'll give him a first down. That'll move the chains. 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. And the Tigers.
Or run the football and get the first down.
Or run the football and get first down.
Sometimes you don't lob it in the end zone.
Whatever
Sometimes
it takes.
You just put your head down, run for the first down.
3:06 in the third period of play. Third quarter. This isn't basketball.
Still a third period of play for
Yes,
us.
sir. Lionel takes the snap from under center. 2 receivers to the left. Rolls to his left, keeps it, hits the 10, down to the 6, maybe the 5-yard line, but there is a flag, came right in.
Came in late.
And that came in on the tackle, so I don't know if that's going to be a face mask. Let's send it down to Button's sideline with David Pope. It's going to be holding.
Well, Button sidelines guy says it was holding on the left side over there.
That's what it was. Thank you
You're welcome.
for that update.
It was a late hold, as that was in the pile up down the field.
It was one of those holds from the other side of the field. We've talked about that tonight.
Yes, we have. That'll back the football up as it goes against the Tigers. They'll repeat the down. And now it'll be 1st and 15 from the 17-yard line.
And that's what you don't want. We bragged about 1st and 5. You don't like the 1st and 16.
Well, as it was a penalty from the point of infraction, Lionel rolls to his right, looks to throw.
Uh-oh.
And it's a lob into the end zone, and it's intercepted, and that's going to be number 9, Justin Clymer, with the interception. Is kind of a miscommunication. The Tigers receiver broke back to the quarterback. Lionel threw it deep.
And that's the 3rd turnover for Ardmore. And again, that one comes in the red zone. Boy, they are just killing themselves with the mistakes.
So that puts a stop to the drive, but the Tigers did move the football, ate some clock. 2:22 in the third quarter. Shawnee still up by 10. But a new look for the Tigers. And now Tucker Brown will come out, and the Shawnee Wolves will try to eat up some of this clock. Lone back in the backfield, 2 receivers to the right side. Hands off to Davis. Davis gets tripped up in the backfield, but does make it back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a gain of maybe a yard, and it'll make it 2nd down and 9. Nice play there by Gene Cormier.
And at the 2-minute mark here in the third quarter, this is only the 2nd possession of the second half for Shawnee, as Ardmore took that ball from their own 7-yard line down to the Shawnee 16 before turning it over.
Cormier got into the backfield, tripped up Brandon Davis before he got to the line of scrimmage. As Shawnee comes out, Tucker Brown will be in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the left side. He looks to throw. He's got a man deep. He's going long, and it's caught at the 45-yard line in Ardmore territory by number 6, Eric Combs. As Maurice Grant and Ellis Knight are over to make the stop. But it was just a well-thrown ball and right on the money.
And he had him wide open there, as Ellis Knight had to make a late recovery just to get over there. Could not get in position to disrupt the play, and was there, though, to drag him out of bounds after he made the catch. But that's a big play. Big momentum builder for Shawnee.
As they move it into Ardmore territory, they mark it at the 41-yard line, 1st and 10. As the third quarter gets ready to come to an end. They'll send split ends. Left and right. Tucker Brown comes under center. Man in motion to the right. Long snap count. Hands off to Davis. Davis gets stacked up at the line of scrimmage, and it'll be a loss of a half a yard. As Marquise Booker come in and made a nice hit there.
He did. That we've talked about Shawnee owning the line of scrimmage. Not on that play. Tiger defensive front there came quick quickly in on that one and wrapped up the ball carrier just as soon as he got the ball.
1:12 and the clock continues to run here in the third quarter. As the Tigers really need to force another turnover, try and get the ball back, is the way the drives are going. It's eating up a lot of clock. Brown takes a timeout. We'll take one as well. We're back after this. 95.7 KKJ. To Noble Stadium, Terry Long with Billy Wallace and David Polk as number 54, Zach Howard of the Shawnee Wolves, the center, comes hobbling out after the timeout. But he's still in the ball game. Five-man rush from the Tigers. Tucker Brown rolls to his right, looks to throw, throws downfield. He's got a man open, but the ball was thrown a little too far to the right side, and the intended receiver unable to get to it down at the 20-yard line. It'll make it third down and 10.
I believe it was Eric Combs there downfield. Actually, no, that's number 9. That's Justin Clymer down there, the intended receiver. He was open. The ball took forever to get there. Ellis Knight able to slide over there at the last second, but that one was really just thrown out of bounds. And thank goodness for a poor pass that time from Tucker Brown.
As the center, Zach Howard, the only one on the Shawnee Wolves with white tennis shoes. Tucker Brown in the shotgun, looks to throw, pulls it down, steps over the line of scrimmage and gets down to the 37-yard line. And that's where they'll mark it, and it'll be a gain of 4. Make it 4th and 6.
Pretty well stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Tiger defensive front, good job that time, especially Gene Cormier. Submarining jammed everything up, and really Brown made a nice play. Tucker Brown just kind of hurdled.
That's how you rip a hamstring, I can tell you that.
Yeah, that was,
he stepped over
that was kind of scary. To straddle any helmet is not a good thing, but good defensive play there for the Tigers.
And that's going to be Banjo back to kick for the Wolves. Is he standing on at midfield? I say no, that's number 6. It's going to be Eric Combs with the punting due. Now we have a flag on the play as the quarter comes to an end. They'll wave off the flag. I guess the game clock and the quarter clock were.
Oh, no, they'll mark off 5 for that.
Okay, well, it'll be a delay of game. And that's going to back them up 5 more yards. So that's the end of 3. The Shawnee Wolves lead by 10. We're back after this.
Here's what they're going to do. They're going to run. There was 1 second left between the time clock and the game clock, so they're going to make them come back and run a play.
All right. They're putting 2 seconds back on the clock, so we'll keep it right here. As they ought to, after they set the ball, they should start the time clock again, or the game clock again.
No, they won't do that because on a penalty. It's a penalty, so it'll be at the snap.
Okay. No, there goes the time clock, the game clock, or yeah. Now standing at his own 45-yard line. The kick is away. It's a high kick, but it's not going to go very far as the Tigers going to get out of the way and let it roll to a stop. It'll be down at the 28-yard line, so only about a 12-yard punt. 1st and 10 Tigers with no time on the clock. But it'll be the 4th quarter after this on 95.7 KKHA. Terry Long with Billy Wallace and David Polk as the Tigers get ready to try and cut into this lead. 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line. Lionel Jimenez behind under center. Looks to throw, kicks it out to Gresham in the flat. Gresham just gets hammered at the line of scrimmage Nice tackle there by number 22. That's Richard Sims of the Shawnee Wolves.
That's a play the Tigers have run all night. That was just great defense, swarming defense, as Shawnee starting to be familiar with that play, and really just held him to no gain or maybe a foot.
As the Tigers come out. Lionel comes under center. Got two receivers to the near side on the kind of close in. One McAdoo out to the left side. Lionel looks to the left, decides to throw deep. Got Maurice Grant streaking, and he got pushed down, but now they're saying incomplete as the ball wasn't catchable. Either that or the referee didn't see him get pushed in the back. Maurice Grant got pushed to the ground.
Got bumped about 20 yards downfield. Don't know that it was intended, but he got bumped a little bit and went down. Looked like a little bit of confusion, though, as there were two wideouts that time for the Tigers, and Jermaine Gresham looked like he didn't know which route he was going to run there or something, as he knew that was intended for the receiver down the field there. I'm sorry, that I think we're still broadcasting okay. I think it's just our monitor, but that is annoying, I'm telling you. I don't know if David's hearing that, but on this end it is.
Yes, I am.
Lionel
We're going to back it up
loses
5.
the ball on the snap, but they're going to call a procedure penalty before the snap, so it'll back them up 5 yards, and it'll be 3rd down and 15.
And all of a sudden, it's gotten a little raggedy for the Tigers, and they really can't afford to be. Still trailing by 10. Still got plenty of time, 11 minutes left in the game, but something has got to happen pretty quickly now for Ardmore.
As Maurice Grant comes off the field, Lionel will come out after talking with Coach Lloyd. Calls the play. McAdoo comes to the near side. Gresham to the right, along with Miller and Justin Day, I believe. Miller in motion to the far right. Lionel back to pass. Looks downfield. Throws. Intercepted at midfield by number 12. Number 12 is LaFlama Miles, and that was, he had Dante Miller, just couldn't get the ball.
Well, that's the 4th turnover. I'm not sure that one of the defensive linemen didn't get a hand up and touch that pass as it left Lionel's hand, but regardless, it's turnover number 4 for the Tigers, including that's 3 interceptions now.
And that'll bring out the Ardmore Tiger defense with 11 minutes left in the ball game. Tigers need to shut the Wolves down here and get 3 and out. Tucker Brown under center. 2 receivers to the right side. He pitches to the left to Brandon Davis. Around the left side. Gets to the 48, 45. That's where he'll be brought down. It'll be a gain of 5 yards, and it'll be 2nd down and 5.
Too much on 1st down, and as you said, Tigers have got to get the football back, and Shawnee has already proven they can hang on to it for. They had a 7-minute, 20-second drive, I believe, back in the first quarter, so they have proven they can move the ball and eat up some clock. Ardmore's got to make something happen.
Through the 3rd quarter of play, the Tigers with 240 yards of offense and the Shawnee Wolves with 250. The scoreboard not indicative of that, as the Tigers have turned it over in the red zone, unable to put some points on the board. Handoff to Cody Lyles up the middle as he falls forward for a gain of about 3, maybe 4 yards. It'll be 3rd down and a short 2.
A short 2 and a chance to go for it on 4th, as they're now down in the Ardmore end as they're near the 40-yard line. Terry, got some scores I'll update real quickly. Ada leads McAllister 21-7. All of these in the 3rd quarter, I think. Blanchard over Plainview 27-20. Davis leading Purcell 20-6. And we'll get back. We've got others when we come back.
Tucker Brown under center, offset eye. Keeps it, goes up. He's going to get hit right at the line of scrimmage by DeJuan Miles, but I think it'll be just enough for the 1st down, and it'll move the chains. And that is something that the Tigers really cannot afford.
No, and you know that Shawnee not going to throw the football too much here with a nice 10-point lead. Now under 10 minutes left in the game. They're going to be very patient. They're going to burn that 25-second clock down as much as possible before they snap the football.
As the ball now on the 39-yard line in Ardmore territory, Brown will come under center. 2 receivers out to the left side. Hand off to Davis. He gets out to the left side, hits the 35, gets all the way down to the 30, and now he'll be driven out of bounds at about right at the 30-yard line. It'll be just shy of the first down, but it'll be a second down and a short. Now there's a flag on the play, back at the line of scrimmage.
I think probably we'll back this one up, which is a good thing for Ardmore.
But they're talking to the, now it is holding against Shawnee.
Oh, it was just that guy with the flag on the other side of the field again.
Well,
it was a good
that's
one
where
for
all
us.
the penalties have taken place.
Yes, they have. Hasn't been a whole lot going on to our side of the field tonight.
Hey guys, a couple other scores. Sulphur over Dixon, 49-6. That also, I assume, in the third quarter. Midwest City over Moore, 21-0. And let me repeat that
Wow.
Plainview score. We've had a lot of folks ask us. It's we've got Blanchard 27, Plainview 20 late in the third quarter, I would assume. And thanks Mike Strawn and Chris George, combined efforts to get us some scores to get to you.
9-10 left in the ball game. After the holding call, it's going to be first down and 20, maybe 21. Brown will come under center. This is an opportunity for the Tigers as they've got a long 20 yards to go to make that first down. Tigers can stop them here. It's an end around, broken tackle in the backfield. Now there's a flag on the play at the 50, 45, 40, and that's where he'll get brought down, as that was number 9, Justin Clymer, on the end around. I'm sorry, that was number 6. Nope, I was right the first time. But the tackle.
Well, they lined up with 3 wideouts like they're going to throw the football, then ran out of that formation.
And again, another holding charge against the Shawnee Wolves.
And that one was called quickly there. As soon as the ball carrier took the football there was, I think, 1 offensive lineman back in that area.
That was in the backfield.
Yeah.
Coach Lloyd, I believe, wants to decline this one.
But they picked up 10 yards, didn't they?
Well, that's from the spot, so.
Okay.
Illegal use. No, he'll back him up another 10. So.
Oh, yeah, that's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the hold, so that really hurts him.
So not only was it 3 yards back of the line of scrimmage, so you tack on another 10 on that. Now you have the ball is on the 36-yard line in Shawnee territory, and the first down marker at the 29-yard line in Ardmore territory.
But what you hate is it's still first down. They still got
That's
a lot
true.
of chances.
24 yards to go for the first down. Brown looks to throw, goes deep down the left side, and they're going to call pass interference, and I believe that's going to go against the offense.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
As number 21, that was Robert Gordon, had the chance to catch that football, and the Shawnee receiver just pulled his jersey and said, "Not today."
Great position on that play for Robert Gordon. He has made a lot of those plays in this young season so far, and he looked like the intended receiver as he was in perfect position.
Eric Combs pulled his jersey to keep him from getting to the ball, as he was the only one that had a chance to make a play. They're going to call pass interference against Shawnee. And again, be interesting to see this time what the Tigers do. Do you back them up again, or do you decline the penalty and take second down? Take the result of the play.
Well, I think what you're going to see here, if they had called holding, it would have made things just a little bit different. It would have
Yeah.
been for the line of scrimmage from 10 yards. But offensive pass interference,
I don't think they're going to give them a chance.
illegal, where that's a loss of down play, which is what I was just waiting to see the White Hat do.
Holy
So
cow.
So loss of down plus the 10-yard penalty. Backs them all the way up to the 21-yard line in Ardmore territory. They, now you cause a turnover back here in Ardmore territory, it gives it a whole new meaning.
Tucker Brown going to need some binoculars to find that first down marker now.
As it's going to be second down and a long 46 yards. Brown hands off to Cody Lyles. He spins left, falls forward for a gain of a couple, and it'll make it third down and about 44 yards.
Second and 46, hand it to the fullback. What the heck, 10-point lead.
8:30 left in the ball game.
Shawnee more worried about the clock than the
But-
field position or anything else right now.
Yeah, but one thing that this does do is it does give Ardmore a chance to get good field position if they can hold it here on this third down and force the punt, versus them being down in Ardmore territory and able to run 4 down territory, 4 downs. Tucker Brown will go under center. He's got 3 receivers to his left, 1 to the right, and a man in motion. Now we got another
Holy
flag
cow.
on the play.
Another
As
one.
Too much time.
Delay of game. That'll back him up 5 more yards. Or will we? If you're Ardmore, do you decline this? Oh,
No,
I
Why?
guess you can't.
Chance.
No,
Why?
back 'em
You're
up.
wanting field position.
That's true.
Back them up as far as you can.
I guess they didn't run.
And
it
I
down, so
think
it
the
wouldn't be a loss.
scoreboard guy has just given up on it. He had 2nd and 48 on 3rd down there.
Let's see. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 52 yards. Make it 53 yards.
Wow, what kind of play do you have for
Man.
this?
This is not in the playbook. Brown under center. Man in motion to the left. Quick over out there is a halfback pass and
Whoa.
fumble. Is the ball on the ground. The Tigers pick it up and he gets down to the 4-yard line. And credit that to Brian Booker, I believe, is the guy who picked that up.
And that's why you keep backing him up and hoping something good will happen.
I'm sorry, that's number 85. And we don't have his name. So I'm sorry. Nope, 65. We'll give it to him. Kevin Andrews. He's the one getting all the pats on the back. I swear those jerseys, you 6s and 8s, look just alike.
They
want to
do.
make sure we give the man credit. But just the ball comes loose. And here I said, you know, a turnover gives down now, as you were way down in Ardmore territory, a turnover down on this end of the field puts a whole new perspective on the ball game. 7:51, Lionel Jimenez under center. I formation. Hands off to Stubblefield. Hits it to 5, 4, 3, 2, forces his way in. Touchdown, Tigers.
And I like that little guy. What kind of determined effort from Stubblefield. And again, he's not the biggest guy out there. That was all hard as he got down close to the goal line. He just had to lunge his body to work his way in there. And we got us a whole new ball game.
Yes, we do. As now it's 10-6 with 7:44 on the clock as the Shawnee Wolves had the ball on the 39-yard line in Ardmore territory, and after penalty after penalty after penalty, ended up on the 20-yard line. The point after by Ryan Keaton. Keaton is good. Was no good. You know, it looked good from here. But I'm not down on the field, as it's going to make it 10-6. And that changes it a little bit because Tigers really could have used the extra point, but they did get points on the board after the turnover and capitalized. We'll be back after this on 95.7 KKHA. And David Polk as Ryan Keaton gets ready to kick off for the Tigers after the touchdown. Capitalized off a Shawnee turnover, one play, 5 yards on a 5-yard run from Jermaine Stubblefield. The kick back to the 10-yard line. It's picked up there by number 7. He gets to the 15, tries to go outside on the left side, breaks 2 tackles, still on his feet. Now he gets driven out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Number 7 is Gary Frazier of the Shawnee Wolves. The Wolves will take over 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line.
And now a little bit more pressure on Shawnee this time, as they do need to burn some clock and pick up some first downs here. Still plenty of time, 7:33 remaining. And credit Kevin Andrews with maybe the biggest play of the season so far, as he picked up that fumble down there on the 5-yard line and gave the Tigers a chance, and they were able to capitalize for their first points of the ball game.
And really advanced the ball about 5 yards and you know, it was down at the fumble was at the 10-yard line, but he just kind of caught it on the bounce. So did a good job there. As now the defense.
Do have a clip down here, guys, so it's going to back them up 10 before they set the ball. So it's going to push them further back in the hole before they start.
Well, the Shawnee Wolves offense is just falling apart penalty-wise here in this fourth quarter. Is virtually penalty-free the most of the ball game, but has really turned the tide of the ball game. Tigers will rush 4. They'll stick 8 men in the box. Maurice Grant trying to get the fans into it. Shawnee Wolves will send 2 out to the right side. Nobody to the left, I formation. Hands off to Davis. Ball's on the ground. Tigers recover. Tigers recover the fumble after that, and it's on the 7-yard line as credit number 65 again, Kevin Andrews with a huge hit, and he's jumping like he recovered it. Now I don't know if he didn't.
What about the folks that were leaving early a few minutes ago? They may have to turn around and come back in the stadium.
If not, they're listening to the radio, and we appreciate you joining us. 7:27 in the ball game. The Tigers now with an opportunity to take the lead in this ball game as the ball on the 7-yard line after 2 costly turnovers from the Shawnee Wolves. David Polk on the Button sideline. Were you a little excited on that fumble?
I'm sorry, guys. I couldn't help it. I mean, we've been waiting for this all night long. It's about time Ardmore got some breaks. Watch Jermaine in the corner.
Lionel comes under center, I formation. 2 receivers to the left. Hand off to Colbert. Colbert goes to the right side, barrels his way down to the 5, where the pile will push him back. He'll get the 5-yard line on forward progress, and that'll be 2nd down and goal from the 5.
Bottom of the pile there was Barrett Gilly. Knee on the tackle. That was just well defensed by the Wolves.
Man, technical difficulties abound in this business. 7:01 now in the ball game as Juan Miles comes off. Lionel Jimenez comes off. They'll take a timeout. The Tigers will take one as well. We're back after this on 95.7 KKAJ. The score is 10-6. Shawnee leading by 4. The Tigers have the football on the 5-yard line. It's 2nd down and 5 to go. The Tigers come out. Lionel Jimenez taking the quarterback reins. He's got McAdoo in the slot, Jermaine Gresham to the far left. In the backfield is Marquise Booker. Hand off to Booker. It's a broken play. Jimenez pushes his way forward. It'll get down maybe to the 4. I don't know if he gained anything.
That's just penetration up the middle. The defensive front really just jumped off on that one, got the upper hand before the play could develop for Ardmore. Trying to run to the right side, just nothing there.
3rd down and 5. Again, clock continues to run. It's 6:26 left in the ball game. Booker comes out. Jimmy Colbert in the backfield along with DeJuan Miles. I formation. McAdoo to the left, Gresham to the right. Jimenez rolls to his left, throws into the end zone. He's got caught. Touchdown Tigers, Brandon McCarroll. The Tigers, McCarroll just wide open from the tight end position, and the Tigers have taken a lead.
And credit Lionel Jimenez rolling to his left. He really actually bumped into one of his running backs in the backfield, had to regain his composure, rolled to his left, found a wide open McCarroll for the touch.
And absolutely no one near McCarroll.
I think he caught that ball 3 times.
A rocket pass from Lionel Jimenez to McCarroll. Ryan Keaton with the extra point, and it's good to give the Tigers a 3-point lead. Make it, should be 13-10. Waiting on the scoreboard just to make sure.
Oh. Woo, this is fun, guys.
Now, we're back after this on 95.7 KKJ. 66. kicking for the Tigers. A nice high kick. And it's back deep, and it's fumbled at the yard line. And he's going to pick it up and carry it. That's number 12, Miles, as he gets it all the way back out to the 15-yard line. But it could have been costly as it went through his hands.
It did. He did a great job to go back, just pick it up and get what he could out of it. But now the momentum, we're in red and white over here. But remember, there's still 5:56 remaining. Shawnee, a veteran ball club. And so Ardmore's got to play some good D right here.
As these two teams have gone down to the wire the last 3 times they've met. Tucker Brown will come out and try to move the Wolves. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Lone back in the backfield, back to pass. Looks to throw, decides to keep it. Pulls it down, gets to the 20 before he's brought down, and that's where they'll mark it. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down and 6.
And if you're wondering, each team with 1 timeout remaining in this second half. Now at the 5-minute mark, 5:37 and counting. Shawnee some 80 yards away from, well, I guess they don't have to go 80 yards to tie it, to kick the field goal, but 80 yards from the Tiger end zone.
Brown comes under center. 2 receivers to the left, 1 in the slot. Back to pass. He hits the slot receiver over the middle. 30, 40, 45, 50. He's going to be dragged down from behind by Ellis Knight as he moves it all the way into Ardmore territory and gets down to the 43-yard line. And that was number 4, Bourbonnais, with a nice reception over the middle.
And he just got lost in the secondary, and boy, that just can't happen at this point. And that is a big, big play, and that momentum switch. Now you see the blue flags on that side starting to fly a little bit more as they've got some momentum as they're down on the offensive end now at the Ardmore 43-yard line.
5:11. Still waiting to set the ball to start the clock. Now they get it running. 23 seconds on the delay clock. And there's a penalty now as the Tigers try to jump. Let's see if they were drawn off or if they jumped on their own.
I think that's just good coaching, probably a little extra inflection. They got a young defensive line. Ardmore, a lot of adrenaline right now. A good call by the coaching staff there and by the quarterback. We talked about Tucker Brown, coach's kid. He knows how to use a little extra inflection to draw an easy 5 yards.
Flags came from both sides of the field. Offsides on the Tigers. It'll be 1st and 5 from the 38-yard line as that'll move the ball a little deeper into Ardmore territory. Shawnee trying to regain the lead. They were leading 10-0 the entire ball game, and then 2 turnovers. Handoff to Miles up the middle. He's going to get nowhere. It'll be a loss of a yard. They'll mark it at the 39-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
Stuffed up right in the middle there. Good penetration right up the gut there for Gene Cormier. First guy to hit him in the backfield, hung on, got a lot of help. Good push up front that time for the Tigers.
Marquise Booker looking over to get the defensive scheme, calls the formation, waits on the Wolves. Maurice Grant, the corner on the near side. Robert Gordon, the corner on the far side. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Shotgun formation. Brown rolls to his right, looks to throw. Hits Bourbonnais at the 30. He can't hold on to it. It goes out of bounds. And it'll be incomplete as he bobbled the ball. Nice coverage there from Maurice Grant.
That was a little strange looking. Looked like he almost tried to pitch it over to the coaches over there on the Ardmore sideline.
Tried to juggle the ball, but incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 6 for the Shawnee Wolves. This is a key 3rd down. Let's send it down to the Button sideline very quickly with David Polk and his thoughts.
He had such a wide open field in front of him. I think his eyes just got bigger than the football when he dropped it because he was going to run a long way there. We were real fortunate on that play.
Tried to run before he caught it. Brown under center. Back to pass. 3-step drop over the middle. And what a hit! But a nice catch by Eric Combs as he took the hit from Justin Day right at the 26-yard line. It'll be good for the 1st down and move the sticks.
Boy, just enough for the 1st down. Excellent route, excellent reception. Knew he was going to get hammered. Probably didn't know it was going to be quite that big of a hit as Justin Day really laid into him. But still, you got to credit that young man for hanging on to the football.
3:56. 3:54, and the clock continues to run. 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line. Shawnee trying to put this game away. Brown, shotgun, back to pass. Over the left side, it's going to be incomplete. Nice coverage there by Gordon as he got over to make the tackle. But the pass was incomplete as it fell short.
And credit for the Tigers, Brian Booker, that time as he stayed home. They tried to roll the quarterback Tucker Brown to his left, and Booker stayed home, got in his face, and hurried him into making that poor throw.
3:36 on the incomplete pass. The clock is stopped. Tigers. Defense won to hold here. It's 2nd down and 9. Brown in the shotgun. Back to pass. Looks downfield. Nowhere to throw. He's under pressure. Gets brought down behind the line of scrimmage. And it'll be a loss of a couple of yards, and it'll be 3rd down and a long 11 for Shawnee.
And good pressure up front. Booker and I think DeJuan Miles in the backfield there. I saw a couple of Tigers, and great coverage downfield. Credit the secondary that time for good coverage.
13-10, if you're joining us now, it's the Tigers trying to hold on to this lead with 3 minutes and 3 seconds left in the ball game, and the clock continues to run. Shotgun formation. Brown rolls to his right, looks to throw. Long pass downfield. He's got a man streaking, but he's overthrown. That was Bourbonnais. He couldn't get to it in the end zone, and that's going to make it 4th down and 11.
And boy, that is fortunate for Ardmore. Justin Fields lost the football there. The receiver had 3 or 4 steps on him, and that ball just overthrown.
This is a tough decision here for the Shawnee's coach. You've got a good kicker on the side. They're going to take a timeout to figure it out, but we're going to keep it right here. As at this point, do you kick the field goal, go for the tie, or do you go for the 4th and try to win?
It's an awful long field goal for high school. What do you think, David Polk?
Well, he's set up at 44 yards for the field goal. Betterton's got the leg to do it. It's just if he keeps his head down and he drove through it. But the ball's at the 26, 27 yard line. Add 10 plus 7, so 17 yards of that. It would be a stretch for him.
He was during warm-ups before the game. He was hitting them at 30. Or he's teeing it up at the 30-yard line, kicking them through the uprights, but not with a whole lot of room to spare, Billy.
Yeah. The adrenaline would probably help him a little bit, but then it's just keeping your head down and driving. And I think they're probably going to go for it here on 4th and 11. I don't think that. No, they're sending Betterton out. They're going to go for the field goal.
Maybe.
You go for the.
Watch the fake.
You got to watch the fake at this point, as the Tigers will. I'm sure the coaching staff is discussing that with them. It's a long 4th down and 11 yards to go. Adam Betterton, 6 foot, 170-pound junior, to do the kicking. 2:52 with the chance to tie the ball game. Tigers will take a timeout.
They're trying
to freeze the kicker. We'll take one this time. We're back after this on 95.7 KKJ. Welcome back to Noble Stadium. I'm Terry Long, along with Billy Wallace, and David Polk is the, that commercial from Chesapeake Energy said it all. If you miss a game, you just don't know what's going to happen in high school football. The Tigers trailed by 10 the entire game. Then in the 4th quarter, all of a sudden, we've got a whole new ball game. Tigers up by 3, and now with Shawnee just trying to keep it alive.
No timeouts left for either team. 2:52 remaining. Betterton did set up for a 44-yard attempt. Unless they made some changes during the timeout. Looks like they still got the same guys out on the field.
Tigers go out defensively. Betterton back to kick. The ball, the holder is sitting on the 35-yard line. That's Bourbonnais. Betterton to do the kicking. The kick is up.
It's short.
It's going to be short and no good.
Yes.
And the Tigers will take the ball now with 2:52.
Sorry about that.
Betterton could not get it to the uprights. I don't know if he had it on line or not, but it wasn't far enough anyway.
No, it wasn't. Now Ardmore, again, no timeouts for Shawnee, as both teams have used them all 3 of them in this second half. Ardmore's just got to hang on to the football, run this clock out. You got to burn a lot of time before the snap. And boy, what a freaky ball game.
You're definitely right. Is now the Tigers will have to play clock management and use the delay clock, take it all the way down before the snap, burn as much time as they can, but now the clock's still not running after the change of possession. But it'll be Lionel Jimenez at the quarterback position. Gresham out to the left side. There's the snap. It's going to be Marquise Booker as he holds on to the ball tightly and gets over to the 25, 27-yard line. It'll be a gain of 7. And that'll be gain of 6, 2nd down and 4 for the Tigers.
And you're right, Marquise had a hold of that football with both arms. And I know the folks that left the stadium are not going to believe this one. Ardmore recovers 2 fumbles at about the same place on the field, one at the 10, one at the 5, are able to convert on both of them to take the lead after trailing the entire ball game.
Lionel Jimenez under center, I formation. Marquise Booker dots the I. DeJuan Miles leads it. Handoff to Booker, left side, hits the 30, 33, 34-yard line, all the way to the 35. It'll be good for a first down as the clock continues to run after they move the chains with 2:05 left in the ball game.
Now they can burn a lot of time because, again, no timeouts for Shawnee.
1st and 10, the clock moves. They'll take the play clock all the way down. They'll just have to. It's going to make it tough.
And Terry, I've been doing this for 9 years, and I've seen a lot of great ball games. I've seen the Tigers win a lot of games and lose some heartbreakers in some great football games. I've never seen one quite like this one.
Marquise Booker dots the I of the I formation. Lionel under center. Hand off to Booker. Both hands. Hits the 40, 43, 45. Cross the first down. That's going to move the chains again. Make it all the way up to the 46-yard line. 1st and 10 Ardmore.
And he hit the umpire.
Well, that's all right.
I'm sorry, guys.
He's been throwing flags all night.
That guy right there, I'm just going to tell you, his name is Jeff Howell, and he's a very good friend of mine. And he took a full shot in the chin.
Well, you know, we talked about earlier in the Ada game, I think, why they always put the big guy as the umpire. Now we know.
Now we know. The Tigers 1st and 10, 1:20 left in the ball game, and all they really have to do now is take a knee. No, not yet. One more play. Then they can take a knee. There's the snap. Actually, they can take a knee right now.
Took
and
2
they
knees.
still hit him.
Took 2 knees, didn't he?
Yep, Shawnee's going to make him regret taking a knee, but that's going to burn the clock. 59 seconds. The Tigers are going to win this one as they have stayed in it, played for 4 quarters, made some mistakes, but were able to overcome them. And then Shawnee turned the tide, made mistakes of their own. It's cost them the ball.
Shawnee made the mistakes late in the game, and sometimes that'll get you too. But, wow, what an effort for Ardmore. And if you ever saw a game that made you think you got to stay in there and play strong and play hard for the entire 4 quarters, this is the ball game to show you that.
Oh, certainly. And, you know, not only that, you have to, if you're, man, they just do not want Lionel to take that knee as they keep trying to get in there. 22 seconds, that's going to do it as the Tigers take the field. The ball game is going to be over here in just a moment. And with 10 seconds left, the Tigers are going to win this one 13-10 after trailing for 3 quarters of play. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back and talk to head coach Mike Lloyd after this on 95.7 KKHA. Win this one, a big one, and this is a key victory for the Tigers as they needed to I think this will be a confidence booster for the rest of the season. It's really, and you know, really a key matchup.
It was, and it's, again, a great example of why you play 4 quarters there as Ardmore. Really, things looked a little bleak there with, what, 7 minutes left or so in the ball game. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, receive a couple of gifts, a couple of fumbles, hard-earned gifts, as Kevin Andrews the man on the spot at that time to recover both of the fumbles, and Tigers convert on both of them to actually pull this one, steal this one from the Shawnee Wolves.
Coach Lloyd still trying to talk to his team, calling everybody over. And we're going to get David Polk, hopefully, to talk to. We'll definitely talk to Coach Lloyd, but we'll try to get at one of the players and your pick, David, on who you want to talk to. But let Coach Lloyd tell him what's going on first. We'll go over some of the end-of-game stats as we turn on the light.
Can I turn the light on? Okay, final stats. Tigers end up 275 yards total offense to 292 for Shawnee. That was 138 on the ground for the Tigers, 137 passing, 140 on the ground for Shawnee, 152 passing.
All right, let's send it down to the button starter and alternator repair sideline with David Polk and head coach Mike Lloyd.
Stephen Lee. Hey, Coach, man, what a game. 10-0 most of the game. You know, Ardmore the entire season has not had a break go its way, and it happened tonight.
Well, kids came out and they made the breaks. They didn't give up. You know, they fought, they competed. Talked about kids making plays at halftime. We had several different players make plays at halftime. So I'm just happy they played hard. They played as a team. We won the game. We didn't have anything going our way, David. We kept fighting with 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. People made plays on defense. People made plays on offense. It's an overall team effort. They never gave up. You know, they continued to fight and scratch.
Great heart, Coach. I mean, and you hit the nail right on the head. I mean, there were some times tonight that they could have just walked away from it, and they didn't. And then Andrews has got a great fumble recovery down there on about the 6-yard line. You go put it in really quick, and it's a whole different ball game.
Well, it is. We talked about that at halftime. Guys stepping up and making plays, and several people made them on defense. Several people made them on offense. Talked about playing 11 on 11, but it kind of defines what kind of football team, what kind of character we have, because with 8 minutes to go, they could have laid down because nothing's going our ways. We're getting penalties and things. They kept fighting, competing, and as long as you do that and play 11 on 11, you're going to have good things happen. So I'm proud of them. They fought.
You know, Coach, it's Shawnee, and there was a 1-2 record there over the past 3 years, and honestly, I got to tell you, this may be as sweet a wind as, you know, for me as a radio guy, as we've had. This was fun.
I think it is sweet. You know, anytime you can beat Shawnee, but the way you came back and won it in the fourth quarter. Every game we played these guys came down to the fourth quarter. I thought our kids showed tremendous character, tremendous heart. You know, they found a way to win. You know, it wasn't pretty, but they found a way to win. They competed. We talked about competing for fourth quarter. I think you saw that tonight. We did that. We won the game. We deserved to win the game. We made plays.
It was great fun, Coach. We'll look forward to next week. Thank you.
You
bet. Hey, guys, if you'll hang with me a minute, I'll find Stephen Lee, and we'll visit him for a second.
All right, well, we'll throw it back down to you here in just a minute.
Okay.
Go ahead, Billy, and continue on with some of those stats here for the end of the game.
Well, again, 240 total yards offense to 250 for Shawnee. Time of possession, Shawnee had the edge 20-10, but that just shows you mistakes can equalize even time of possession as they held it 20 minutes, 10 seconds to Ardmore, 15 minutes, 50 seconds. Leading rusher for the Shawnee Wolves was Cody Lyles, 6 carries for 72 yards. The leading rusher for the Tigers, Jermaine Stubblefield, who I thought added a little spark to the Tigers when he came in the ballgame, 4 rushes for 33 yards.
All right, let's send it back down to David Polk. I hope that's Stephen Lee. You know, he's wearing blue underneath that red.
Well, it's Stephen Lee. You know, he's got his Under Armour, and he's doing his styling thing down here. He couldn't wait to get his pads and his helmet off because he wanted everybody to see his mug. But, Stephen, great game tonight, bud. You stepped up and stepped in tonight in some places, and it was great fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I had to step in for Stewart, who's been doing a great job. He got hurt this week, so I just had to come play left guard. Making plays on special teams is what you got to do. You got to be backup specialist. That's what I am.
Well, you know, some of those hits, I know some of those guys are going home tonight, and they're kind of wondering what hit them. But, you know, that's been kind of a thing that you've always done along the way is you're kind of a kamikaze going down the field, and you'll hit just about anybody. And then a couple of times tonight, you put the hurt on some folks.
Yeah, you know how it is. It's big players make big plays in big games, and that's what we do.
Yeah.
That's how we do it. Isn't that right? Big players, big plays, big games. That's what we do. That's right.
Well, it's great fun down here tonight, guys. You did a great job. We really enjoyed it, and it's good to send Shawnee home 13-10.
Yeah, we didn't give up. We didn't give up.
No doubt. Fourth quarter, no doubt. Back up to you guys.
Let's say David Polk getting swarmed down there now by the Ardmore Tigers. Billy, go ahead and finish up those stats. Do you care?
Well, I don't even care. That was such a fun game. Who cares about the stats? Because if there's anything this game proves, the stats don't always tell the story of the ball game. And the key, again, to me in this game is never give up. Tigers never did. Finally got some good things to happen for them, and had a lot of things go wrong during, 2/3 of the game. And you know what I was thinking when Coach Lloyd was talking? You remember the semifinal game last year up at Norman? Ardmore made a run with 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter, tied it up. They couldn't hold Shawnee that time. They went down to score to win. 8-minute mark, fourth quarter, Ardmore came alive again against Shawnee, and this time they got it done.
Got some key penalties, got a key turnover. The Tigers turned it over in the red zone a couple of times tonight, and the Tigers able to overcome that. And Shawnee turned it over deep in Ardmore territory, or deep in their own territory, and the Tigers capitalized on both of those to take the lead and make it a 13-10 ball game.
And if there's ever a game you want to watch on the replay, be sure and watch Tuesday and Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock, Channel 17, and you can see how this game ended. If you were one of those guys that left early, they'll show it to you again, 2 consecutive nights.
You.
And we'll I'll give a plug to Stephen Lee. If you watch the opening kickoff, it's a heck of a hit. That's the way he started the game, and he ended it the same way.
Well, and you can think of so many guys. Kevin Andrews had some big plays. What about Lionel Jimenez, who came in and didn't miss a beat? Tiger offense. McAdoo moves over to wide receiver. Everybody had a hand in this one. They hung in there long enough till something finally went their way.
I want to thank all of our sponsors for the broadcast tonight: Toyota of Ardmore, Citizens Bank and Trust of Ardmore, Vernon's Plumbing, Heat and Air, the Daily Ardmorite, First National Bank and Trust of Ardmore, Shelter Insurance, Billy Wallace, Carter County Dodge, button, starter, and alternator repair, Pharmacy Plus of Medill, Crystal Clear Communications with the scoring summary of the evening, Chesapeake Energy, Bill Parker, New York Life, Southern Oklahoma Technology Center, Brad Carson for Senate, and Craddock Funeral Home, our new sponsors. They join us this week for the broadcast.